Fullmensu here. I think this is live. One day I'll get used to it. Today's gonna be just another day of some head drawings. Gonna keep drawing more heads. Probably gonna move on from. Well, I'm not gonna move on from Yotane just yet. I think I'm just gonna keep drawing Yotane maybe every day as a warm up and little practice once I move past heads, but I still want to keep drawing Yotane because she's very easy to draw in my opinion, and I think I'm starting to understand a little bit of her face shape and how I want to draw her. Mainly the example being the first one with the little kissy face over here. And then a little bit more like this one over here, just getting a little bit better. So I do want to keep using Yotane as a base reference of faces to draw. Forgot to put some music in the background. Oops. But anyways, yeah. I do want to use Yotane from ZZZ as more of a base for warm-ups and practices because her hairstyle is very easy and simple to draw. And then I'll move on to drawing Chloe a little bit more from Hololive, so I can get a little bit more of the fallen hair style. I'll probably have to look for a few more. I think I have Mint somewhere in here. Mint Made, yep, Mint Made. So I might use Mint's head as a reference to draw like a very flowy hair with the, I don't know if this is like what you'd call a bob cut on Mint here, but I will also maybe try drawing a little bit of Mint and a little bit of Chloe a little bit more today. Ease up a little bit on the Yotane drawings, but I don't think I will ease up on the Yotane drawings just yet. I think I'll keep going with Yotane for now. But yeah, I wanted to maybe do some little sparkles and stuff to add a little more extra stuff into these drawings. Just like how this one has this here. So I do want to try that a little bit more. I'll have to find a few more poses. I know I said I was going to find references to myself a while ago, but I'm usually just winging it for the most part when I'm doing these streams. I'm just winging what I'm drawing and using like some face pose direction reference as just the bare minimum pose, and then just what do you call it, and then I'm improving or I'm just winging it when it comes down to drawing the faces, though I do have some reference for the emotions which I could give them. But yeah, besides that, just got to get a little bit more into drawing all of this so it becomes a little bit more cleaner. So let's go with today. Today is day 9. Day 9. I don't know, I just like to date it. So today's 12-10, and today's goals, well, it's not going to be any different than yesterday's goals. I don't think, I don't know why I keep writing the goals, but you know, it's a decent habit for me to get into writing goals of what I want to get done so I could have something to check off the list of, hey, I did that today, and I did that today. So, hey, I did the 6-8 head drawings, hey, I did the streaming today, hey, I might stream later on in the afternoon and play a game. But who knows, I'll have to see on what I feel like later on. Though I do want to try doing some gaming streams a little bit here and there. 8 heads, 25 min, hopefully 25 min each I'll try to shoot for. 1 mannequin I'll try. Mannequin, because I do have to work a bit more on doing all of that, and then what other thing do I need to try before drawing? Anything else I need to practice drawing? Just the heads and the mannequin, so I could know how to do that. I guess I could do some gesture drawings. I might do like some gesture drawings on stream later on in the future, but my gesture drawings usually come out looking very, very off. very I don't know how you'd say it. It looks a little bit squiggly squiggle. It looks like a 4th grader did it, but I think that should be good enough. I'm not gonna boggle myself down with too much for today's goal. Besides just the 8 heads. I don't know how I was able to do well, I know exactly how I was able to do the 10 heads and the 11 heads before, because there was just a rush job for all of that, and now it's just a little bit more difficult, I guess, in a sense, to try doing that. But let's just do this again. I don't know, I just like making a random 3D shape out of all of this, just for fun. But yeah, I will have to see how it all goes, and hopefully, I'll probably, on the 14th day, I'll probably move on from head drawings and do a little bit more other stuff. I will try to incorporate one fan art drawing of someone, I think probably next week, probably on the, on the 15th day, I will maybe start doing a little bit of fan art, proper fan art, to see how all that goes. But yeah, I'll have to cross that bridge when I cross the bridge. So let's just say that to the goal. It's time to do some quick warm-ups. Let's do maybe a quick gesture drawing pose. Not gesture drawing pose, but little quick pose study. Or just come up with a random pose. So what type of pose do I want to go for today? A good type of pose that I can use is, do I want to do like a knight holding up a sword, or a cheerleader cheering? I could do a cheerleader cheering. I could do something like this, I think could work. And then up like that. Is that how it looks like when someone jumps? I feel like that is like a cheerleading cheer pose, or like a jumping pose. Or you could do maybe one fist in the air, one hand in the air. So something more like this. Huzzah. This one could come up, and this goes down, and this comes up. No, I think it was good enough as is. And this comes down like a little bit like that. This comes out here. And this goes up here. Okay. Let's try seeing how that looks if I could draw it properly as a mannequin. And then I'll do a little bit more warm-up after that, but I think that'll be a decent start for a warm-up. Let me just quickly readjust the microphone because I'm whacking it again. I don't know why I keep whacking this. I really gotta find a little more suitable placement for this. Okay, I'll go here, bring this down. I have to divide this in half. I always have to learn to use the guidelines and guide marks when it comes to all of the drawings, or else everything I draw will look a little bit uneven. I think this would work out really well like this, and like right here. The only problem is the hands are going to stick out, so it's going to cut into the shapes I drew earlier. So earlier this week, so let's just cut this, hide, nope. So yeah, let's cut this out. Let's hide you. Oh. What's layer 27? Oh, I was making okay, I was cutting it out for no reason at all. Okay, that's my mistake. Oops. Okay, so I don't need to worry about the shapes right there. that's a little bit of my bad. Okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah, let's try drawing the mannequin. It's gonna be a quick little thing before I just draw some of the heads. Yeah, we'll probably stick to trying to draw Yutani. I could exaggerate the shoulder pose, especially since this one's going to be coming up a little bit more. I'll leave the circle for the head like that. Next comes the chest, and I would say it comes down here. Torso would be here. Would you be able to see this side? I would say it's like a little 3D pose, so it's good to use the shapes when drawing. So a little cube. That's not cube. I would say this is more like a trapezoid. It's like trapezoidal shape when it comes to the chest. Sometimes you could use a bean is one thing that I see a lot of people do. I think if I want to replicate this in like the bean shape, I could just do something like a circle here, another circle like right here, I guess. Maybe, come on. And then just curve this here and then attach the circles a little bit like this. And this could come a little bit more like rounded. And then you have a little bit of the body in this, though it doesn't look like the body right now. This could easily turn into the torso and the chest just by cutting into this to create the pelvis, and then cutting into here for, yeah, cutting there to the pelvis. Chest could be like right here, and the head over here. Arms could come out here. No, I feel like that's not exactly... I don't know how to draw the bean method properly. I'll have to study that a bit more, but I feel like I like using more so shapes like this rather than relying upon too much of the bean method. I like using the shapes. This one, I think you could see the top, because when you look at the human body from the side profile would be something like this. The chest wouldn't be exactly like straight for the chest and then straight for the pelvis. It's mainly angled, which I have to remind myself every so often. It's not that steep of an angle, but it's like a little tilted this way sometimes when you're standing. But I think this is a little too exaggerated, but yeah. So sometimes when you're looking at it, you can see the bottom of this and top of the pelvis whenever you're like around here, especially since this is a jumping position. This would look wrong if I finish that up a little bit, but it's supposed to be a jumping pose, so you could see a little bit of that. But then if you were like up here, like looking up here and looking down, then you'll be able to see mainly just this portion and a little bit at the top right here. So that's just that's another thing I'll have to keep in mind if I just don't get tongue-tied. What was the... hold on, let me quickly check my full body poses. I want to see how I did this one right here. I want to try replicating this a little bit more when it comes to doing the mannequin or using this as the mannequin a lot. I want to use these two, so I have to reference my old mannequins to see how to draw current ones. Okay, so this one could come down here like this, and then like that. I think something like this, and then this could go here like that. Next would come the shoulders. I probably shouldn't have zoomed in too much like that. Some of the problems I run into is just zooming in too much. I'm taking too long on this one, so let's just do this. Do the legs, I think something like this right here. And then this could be the little ball for the leg. This would shoot up and this would shoot down, I guess. I guess you could make like a yatta dayo type of pose here. So then if I just measure down to the stomach, bring this up, rotate this way, I think this would be around where the elbow and where this would be. Bring this up a little bit, pivoting from here. So it'd be around the top of the head. So around here, and then make it even, so around here. This one could just come straight down with a maybe, let's do, this is the halfway point right here. I think this could be a good halfway point. We're gonna have one knee like this, and then it comes down to the side here and goes right there, and this knee could go here and it goes behind. I feel like this one could go behind like this, maybe a little closer to the butt, like right over here. Okay, I think that looks decent, except for the fact that I think I made the pelvis too long. Is another problem I run into sometimes, making the pelvis too long. It shouldn't come all the way down here. Now I have to increase the size of the legs to match, because the upper body should be equal to half of the whole body, so the lower body and the upper body should be around the same length, and this is not around the same length. Let me see if I could just readjust this real quickly. Just shrink it down. What happens if I hold on, cancel, alt, let's not include this so I know where the line for that is at the very least. And then I can make this like right here instead. That means I'll have to shrink the arms too. So I'll have to remember to readjust the arms when I do this. And then now I can put the legs back to where they were. It might look a little big, but just slightly fix that in post. Again, this is just a quick warm-up sketch before I just start drawing heads. I can just practice a little bit more on doing the full body. I guess that looks good enough. This one could come down. If you're looking at it from, so you can see the side here, that means you're viewing it from somewhere around here. And then this one, you could say the leg comes out. So you could see a little divot here. You could see the bottom of the thighs over here. And then this one's gonna come this way. So you could see the top of the thigh on this side. So let's try to showcase that through a cylinder. It's very easy to try and simplify everything through basic shapes. I think this should work, and then another one. Since this is going backwards, this one's gonna have maybe a cylinder going this way, and then comes down and then stops like right here. I don't think I need to draw that one. This one's gonna have a cylinder. You can see the top of this knee, or top of that, and then this could go here. Yeah, this isn't as good as I would want, but I think this should be pretty solid. And then you could draw the contour lines so you know exactly where it's going to be flowing and how it's going to be flowing. Maybe draw the center lines, but I already drew the landmark lines, so I guess that can work. Let's see, the feet could be from here, draw like the ball of the foot, and then you would try to draw, let's say you try to draw no, this would be the heel and this would be the ball of the feet right before the toes. So this could go something like this, and then come up here. I can maybe straighten this out a little bit. This is a little bit too extended, so I could cut this off here and say that that is a little bit too much heel. I think that's too much heel. I feel like that's too much something. I think that's good. I said I think it looks good. I didn't say it is good, but okay. That's good enough. This could go here. This comes down. This goes here, a little bit like that. I guess you could say this is how one of the feet go. Around something like that. This arm, let's say you could see the bottom of this. Now let's say this one's going backwards, so you could see maybe this portion. So you can't really see this one. Well, this one's gonna be, I guess, you know, it looks like this one's to the front and this one's to the back. So you could see the bottom of this here and here as it moves behind the head, I would say. If I had to say how this would go, I would say this would go a little bit behind the head like this. And then this would also continue to follow that motion. I think, maybe. I'll just study a little bit more and practice a bit more and actually use proper references when it comes to drawing all this. I think that this is a little too big, a little too unproportional, but it's decent for a start and not really my main focus right now. Yeah, I think that should be a decent starting pose, jumping pose. Let's draw the face, well, just the rough guidelines of the face, and let's draw the little shield here so that it's signifies the face, something like that. I think could work. The neck would go here and the little trapezius muscles go there. Something like that can work, I think, if I just refine it like once or twice. I think that could actually be a really good pose. Maybe not, but that's decent enough for a random pose I made up in, what, 10 minutes? 20 minutes? So let's just shrink this and move this to the side, and I'll probably use this layer to draw another pose tomorrow, warm up. Or actually I could just continue doing other warm-ups on this. So I'm just gonna take a sip of water, and I'm going to do like a 10-minute multiple objects drawing. Just practice drawing like basic cubes, cylinders, pyramids, and those stuff in the beginning to get a little bit more warmed up in the 3D shapes. Okay, this is a very complicated reference. Okay, let's switch. This one's a lot easier. I just pulled, it's the website I'm using is lineofaction.com for the draw, and then shapes and multiple objects. And they gave me like 12 objects to draw, and I'm like, okay, nope, that's not currently manageable right now. I want to do a little more chilling and not more stressing on all of this, so I'm going to preferably stay in my comfort zone just a little bit longer when it comes to all that. Let's try. Okay. You really shouldn't be flipping when it comes to warm-ups, but oh well. Or rotating, but well, no, it's up to you on how you want to warm up and do all of that. Rotating and flipping the canvas is good to help with the balance of the drawings. But then, yeah, like I said, I think yesterday, it gets a little, not repetitive, it gets a little confusing when you go back to traditional art, and then you just keep trying to flip a piece of paper, or mirror a piece of paper, or zoom in, or something like that. I remember, like, using the two fingers to just try to pinch zoom on my sketchbook, and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Just for like a solid minute, just trying to zoom in into my sketchbook, and I'm like, okay, that's quite an interesting dilemma of zooming in too much. I don't even use a pinch zoom. I don't even have like a iPad, tablet, or anything for drawing. I just have the like XP pen with a little circle scroll where if I rotate it, it zooms in, and if I rotate it this way, it zooms out. I don't know how to depict that properly, but yeah, I don't know why my brain just went to try zooming in through that method for the sketchbook, but it'll be what it'll be. For now, I was gonna say in the beginning, but no, it'll be what it'll be. I'll maybe sketch a little bit more in my free time on the sketchbook, though probably won't. I haven't filled out my sketchbook at all. I've had that junk for how long has it been since I've had that sketchbook? I think I got it in high school. So I've had it, no, probably late middle school. So yeah, I've had that sketchbook for a solid 10 plus years, almost probably a decade by now, almost a decade by now, since I've had that sketchbook, and I still haven't finished or completed it. And for some reason I bought another sketchbook a while ago, and I haven't drawn in that sketchbook too much either. This one is supposed to be diagonal this way, so this one is not angled properly. This should follow the angle like right here a bit more on where it lays. I feel like this would be, yeah. That's another thing that I try to do on the sketchbook, is just like lasso tool and then moving something when I don't like how it looks or it's proportioned, and then I have to remind myself I am on piece of paper, not art tablet. But yeah, would be a little bit more fun to try all that. What? Try what out, bro? You yapping about nothing. This one could come up here. Okay, yeah. I don't know, I'll have to see. No, what can I yap about that makes somewhat sense to yap about? Nothing at all, besides the YouTube short I saw yesterday about Dragon Ball Z, I think. It's been a while since I watched Dragon Ball Z. Very good classic show. Though I fully watched it, I think I did. I don't remember a lot of it. The only thing I remember about Dragon Ball Z is I liked the Saiyaman arc for Gohan. I know some people don't like the Saiyaman arc, but I think the Saiyaman arc was one of my favorite arcs for DBZ, because I just loved seeing Gohan in action and him being able to actually use his powers a bit more. This one's a bit more of a little thingy down here, so this one should come out a little bit more like this. I'm accidentally doing proportions wrong again. What's new? But yeah, no, I did like DBZ for what do you call it, for Gohan and seeing his Saiyaman arc. I found that part of the story very funny. I wanted to see a little bit more of Gohan in like his high school career, or be Saiyaman a little bit more, because I did like Power Rangers and stuff growing up, so I thought it would be like a little bit more cool if we got a little bit more of Saiyaman, even with all the cringy poses and whatnot. I still found that pretty fun and enjoyable to watch. I feel I can make this a little bit shorter, like right here, and that would make a little more sense. Not really, I'm too zoomed in. That doesn't look like a perfect hexagon. Oh, what's up, Sam? How you doing? Gonna be drawing some trains again? While you watch and just chat a little bit? Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Oh, you're doing Osu? Okay, okay. Just running through some songs. Okay. Standard or Mania? That sounds good. Really should re-download Osu, but I'm a little too lazy right now to try and re-download it anytime soon. But I will give it a shot again later. I think this could go here. I'm done with this shape. 2 minutes left and I spent so much trying to get a decent shape down. It's not decent, but I think that's decent. Okay, standard. Okay, okay. Oh, I was about to say how difficult are the beat maps you play, but then it's hard to judge difficulty since some beat maps are ranked weirdly. Relatively. I'll just say ranking wise, how well are you? Because I know I'm like 7 digits in OSU ranking last time I played. 5-star average? Okay. That's good. Because yeah, I remember rank, yeah, I think I was 7 digits when it comes to standard. And then for Mania, I think I was able to go to, I think maybe 4? No, I don't think I was good enough to be like 4 digits. I think 5 or 6 digits. Okay then. So I'll have to redo and see that. Oh shit, that's actually pretty good then, yeah. That's relatively up there. Better than me. Way better than me. I think I was like, what? 6 billion? No. Does it go that high? Maybe 3 billion? Or something? A little higher than that. I remember on the tail end of either 6 digits or 7 digits, if it goes to 7 digits. But yeah, no, I was pretty dog at standard. Mainly Mania was where I could shine a bit more brightly. But yeah, millions, it just goes up to, it goes to millions, yeah, not billions, it goes to millions. So yeah. Oh yeah, why did I think 250k was 250 million for some reason? Okay, so yeah, that's 6 digits. So yeah, I am a 7 digit. Somewhere around there for that. My math was a little bit off right there, but okay. Let's chill. Let's see. I think that's good. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm going to move on to drawing a little bit more heads. Probably draw a little bit more circles before I actually move on to drawing the faces, so I could get a little bit more warmed up. I don't want to draw the face and then have to redraw the circle like 10 times, which I do sometimes. When it comes to drawing, sometimes I take a little too long just drawing the base circle for the head, when you're not even going to be able to see the circle and it's just like a little hidden here and there. But yeah, I should, don't know. I'll see about that. If I ever do get OSU again, I'll have to look for more skins for Mania. Because I think I used Comfort or sometimes the default skin. The default skin isn't the best when it comes to Mania. And then I remember using like a Hoshiguma, or I don't know if it was like Genshin or something else skin for standard. I know there's like a Hoshiguma skin that I liked for OSU standard. I forgot what it was called, and I don't even know if I could find the skin again later. But yeah, probably should find a nicer and cleaner skin for all of that if I do hop back in and play. Oh, what? Just like the clanking of coconuts? That's interesting. I also do love hearing the hit sounds when it comes to games like this. Though, yeah, it's very satisfying when you get the hit sounds done properly. The one thing I don't like about some hit sounds is like DJ Max Respect, when like the hit sounds are tied to your like key presses. So if you're off beat and if you miss the note by a beat, like by a quick second or so, it's not very satisfying hearing the hit sounds because you're off beat and you're ruining the song sometimes, which is why for some songs or sometimes whenever I play DJ Max Respect, I turn off the hit sounds because I don't want to see how horrible I am when it comes to actually hitting some notes sometimes. Though DJ Max Respect is more so like OSU Mania than anything else. I play a lot of OSU Mania-esque type of rhythm games, be it OSU Mania itself, DJ Max Respect, Muse Dash I guess could technically be considered, but also not. Though Muse Dash is one heck of a rhythm game, because sometimes when I play like the harder levels of Muse Dash, being like level 12s or 13s, everything looks just like a blur and I can't even see what's going on. So that I just have to rely on what blur is reaching the circle first and all of that. I know when I played with some friends back in college, he would use sounds, or he would hit things to the rhythm and was very rhythmically inclined when it comes to rhythm games, so that whenever the beat hits, he would know when to hit. But for me, I'm more visual based when it comes to those types of rhythm games. I don't really focus too much on getting it with the rhythm. I just look at like around when the thingy's gonna hit, when the note is gonna hit the bar, so that I can actually press. I feel like this face is a little too compact. I will edit the face a little bit later to see how this looks, but some rhythm games do make it a little tricky. I know I played a lot of Bang Dream on the phone when I got bored. I think out of all the phone rhythm games that I played, I think the Love Live one... No, was it the Love Live one that I played the most? No, I think it might have actually been Bang Dory that I played a lot. Yeah, it was Bang Dream that I played a lot on the phone. For all of the other stuff, probably... No, I'm not gonna get back into Bang Dory. I remember spending so many hours just grinding all the events for Bang Dories, trying to get all the girls from the gacha, getting all the bands, unlocking the new songs and stuff like that. It was pretty... The gameplay for that, it was pretty fun. I think it was pretty standard, the typical 4-key layouts with a few extra stuff with the swipes, I think. Swipes up, swipe to the side, and then the long presses, along with the hold and swipe across the screen to hit some notes. But I don't... Yeah, no, I didn't play any other hard rhythm games. I think there was like a Love Live rhythm games where, let me quickly try it. I think the phone is like this, but then you'd have the notes in a like semicircle like this around the screen, which was a little interesting to see, and how all the notes would just start from the center and just go to each one, which is a little bit different than the standard across the bottom of the screen or something, where it would just fall straight down, but then you'd see the notes fall in a semicircle, I would say, is what it is. But yeah, that was interesting to try out. I think I played that for a little bit, but not for too long. Yeah, no, I don't think I've played that rhythm game a little bit too much. Though I do have the Hatsune Miku Project Diva? I forgot what game it is. The rhythm game on Steam with Hatsune Miku, where you could use the controller to get all the key to do all the things, and it's like hitting all the bumpers and stuff. Bumpers, button presses. It's been a while since I've touched that game. I bought that game so I could just do more rhythm games and Hatsune Miku, but then I stopped a little while afterwards. I probably should reinstall that and try that out a bit more. I did like the gameplay a little bit, but it was a little bit hard to adjust to that, since the notes would also spawn in randomly. Not randomly, but it's a beat map, but it would be like all over the screen and travel all across the screen, just like Osu standard, but you don't really, you know, move the mouse, but you press the controller inputs to match the timing. So sometimes I would get a little confused on which input to use and see how all that works out. So yeah, I'll probably have to work a little bit more on that game, because I did enjoy the gameplay and all of the songs, Plus, you could get new outfits for Miku, which was pretty cute. I think there was like a dormitory in that game where you could relax and change your outfits and stuff. You could also customize and make your own t-shirts, which is fun. I do love the character customization of some games and being able to customize your character or give them new outfits and stuff, which is why I liked some old MMORPGs like PSO2 and stuff, for the ability to create your own fashion and character, I think, and just like make things look nice. I guess that's also why I liked a little bit of Monster Hunter World. I also never finished that game. Probably should finish that. I think the farthest I got in Monster Hunter World was probably the poison area, and not being able to get through that because I didn't get the proper armor and I just kept taking too much HP. But probably should finish. There's so many games that I probably should finish that I've never actually finished. I have so many games on my docket that I want to play that I haven't actually fully played, that I played like halfway and never finished. The only game I did finish was Hi-Fi Rush, and I did enjoy the story of Hi-Fi Rush a lot, especially since it was another rhythm type game, and being able to hit everything to the beat was very satisfying, and getting all of the, you know, timed combos, learning the different combos. The boss music and boss fights in Hi-Fi Rush was pretty fun. It was pretty epic, especially the OST, or yeah, the OST and all of that. I did love I forgot what's the boss's name, but he was like the business owner guy, I think. You had to fight him in like a pool of gold, but I loved his OST because it was like a more, I think, like EDM-ish type or electro type of version or take on Moonlight Sonata and Beethoven's songs, which I found to be very interesting. It was a very cool boss fight. I might play that on stream again because I unlocked the plus, I forgot what it's called, the, you know, like the like in Elden Ring or Dark Souls, whenever you finish your playthrough, you could always replay and play on the extreme hard mode and keep increasing the difficulty. So I might give Hi-Fi Rush another playthrough and see how that goes, because I do want to try the hard mode, and because there's some areas you're not able to go to when you first play through the game, and you have to beat the game and unlock all of the characters and then replay it to enter certain areas and maybe some lore aspects, or just unlock more bonuses or more moves. But I remember just using the basic moveset when it comes to Hi-Fi Rush and not using too much of the fancier set of things, because I just didn't know how to properly combo, and in the middle of a fight I would completely blank on the proper combos that I did practice and learn, and would just wing it with the basic combo and somehow still beat the game a little bit, but still was a little bit of a struggle when it came to all of it. But yeah, might want to give that a try again and see how that goes. But yeah, that was like one of the first games. Oh, actually no, that wasn't one of the first games I fully played through. One of the first games that I actually did fully complete was Borderlands and the Borderlands series. Since a lot of my friends wanted to play like Borderlands 2 and 3, so was able to get that from Steam, and I was able to get like one of the games free on the Epic Game Store. Probably should check what's free this week on the Epic Game Store if they still do free games. I think they still do free games. Some of the games are pretty good. Some of the games are just misses for me. But yeah, I probably should check out and see what's free on that. So I could, you know, have a little more games there to play in my free time, or find ideas to stream a game when I ever do stream a game. I know I have like all of the Tomb Raider stuff with Lara Croft on Epic Games because they had that for free at one point. I think it was Lara Croft they had for free on Epic Games. And then I know like Makima X Demon was also free on Epic, which looks pretty cool. So I also want to maybe give that a shot and see how that plays. I think this eye looks pretty decent enough as is. I don't need to worry too much about that. Fussing a little too much over this eye. But yeah, Borderlands 2 and 3 was pretty good. I don't think I've played Borderlands 1 or the prequel. I think I've only seen a little bit of those games, especially the Tales of the Borderland, where it's like I forgot, it's like make your own decisions game, just like the Walking Dead game, or something like that. And I saw a few clips of that, which is pretty funny, which I also might want to give that game a play. I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I bought it in a bundle a while ago and just never touched it. But I'll probably have to check my Steam library for all of that and see if I do have that game, or if I don't. I think that looks pretty cute for the eyes. Next comes drawing her face, which is going to be a little tricky, but I'll have to see how things go as things go. Let's see. Let's take a quick sip of water. Why do I say water? It's water, but I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Let's bring the brush size back to 12. Draw the nose real quickly. Realize I'm too zoomed in. Let's do, I think just the tiny little nudge can make it look a little bit cuter instead of the full thing. I could give her a little like nudge here and round out the mouth. I think that could work. I think Zenless dropped a new trailer for Harumasa yesterday, which looks pretty cool. But at least they're giving him for free, so I don't need to worry too much about that. The problem is Miyabi. And if I actually want to pull for her, she does look pretty cool as a character. Especially when she attacks, her hair fully glows. I think that's permanent. Because I know in Zenless, when you get like the signature weapon of some characters, their hair will glow and have highlights in them. But I think for Miyabi, she will have the highlights automatically whenever you use her skills and abilities. Whereas everyone else, you need to have their signature weapon. I think they're gonna make the what do you call it? The like signature weapon affect her weapon and imbue her weapon with a little color or attribute type thing, which is a little bit better to be able to see the weapon be imbued with power and abilities, which I would hope looks pretty cool when it comes out and stuff like that, since it was a little not noticeable too much whenever you use the abilities of some characters like Nicole or Anby when you have their signature weapon equipped, whereas it'd be cool if they like had a imbuement on the weapon, like infuse the attribute into the weapon and make it change color or shape or something, or shoot a little more colorful bullets or something. Just have more stimulation for the already overstimulated brain and gameplay. But yeah, we'll have to see. I think that update won't happen for 2 or 3 days, I think. I'll have to check whenever Lighter's banners ends, because I haven't been keeping up too much with that, but I have keeping up a little bit. Let's see, this one could come down just a little bit more. Oh, wait. This one could be something like this, I would say. Okay, yeah, this one could come inwards a little bit more. I don't know. Thinking about Osu and all of the other songs. I know I tried standard Osu for a while and tried playing one beat map of Gravity Falls theme song, and that beat map was like really quick, like a minute, but it was so hard to do on, I think, 6 or 7 stars, especially with how fast it changes up. I don't think I ever watched Gravity Falls fully though. I've watched like a few episodes here and there, but don't think I've ever fully watched. I know the ending to Gravity Falls from watching a lot of lore videos or just running into clips from it, and how Bill Cipher ended up trapped in, I think, Uncle Stan's brain for all of eternity until he breaks out. Oh, no, he wiped his memory to try to delete Bill with it. But I don't think that worked, because I remember hearing like there's like a geocache for Gravity Falls, which people spent like a few years digging around and trying to solve, and some people say that that might mean that Bill Cipher somehow survived and escaped, especially his last words in the episode. If you reverse it, he says something like, "This is not the end," or whatever. It's been a while, so I don't think I remember fully the plot of Gravity Falls and what happened in it. It's a really old cartoon, so plus I never watched it. There's also like Adventure Time, which I also didn't really watch too much of. I did see a few clips here and there. I know there's a new I guess spin-off of Adventure Time with Fiona, I think. I forget what the new spin-off for that show is. It's been a while since I watched. I think I watched a little bit of it with a few college buddies. I think it was decent when I watched it. I don't remember though. It was like, what, 12 episodes or so? But yeah, I don't remember too much. Just thinking of that just reminds me of like old cartoons I watched. I think one of my favorite old cartoons was Johnny Test, and the theme song of Johnny Test. I absolutely forgot the theme song of Johnny Test, but that's also another very old throwback cartoon show. That was pretty fun. And all the little different mini episodes, and how everything back then was, I guess, formatted. I do love the buddy fight, I think, or something in Johnny Test, where it was like some sort of mix of Pokemon and Digimon evolution for all of that, which was funny to see, and the evolutions and stuff. I don't know if I remember too much about Johnny Test and the plot for that. Besides just every single episode is just his sister playing a prank on him with random weird science, I guess potions or technology and stuff like that. Let's see, I think that looks a little bit big, but I'll leave it as is. Could probably make her face a little bit smaller and narrower. It's not as cute as I would want it to be. Let me just undo this for a little bit. Zoom out a little bit and readjust her chin a little bit. Because I don't like the chin situation going on right here. It doesn't look good to me for some reason. Yeah, no, don't really remember the plot too much of Johnny Test and stuff like that. All I remember is the dog was named Dookie, which was funny. Or Duke. But yeah, let's see. Another old show is like Fairly Odd Parents, which I didn't love watching that growing up. And all of that. I know it got a live action. I forgot if the live action was good or not, or if it was well received. And later on you found out on like why Fairly Odd Parents ran for so long, or like quote unquote the lore wise of it, and why Timmy, I think his name was, in the Fairly Odd Parents, Timmy was so young for so long was because he made a wish so that like it would just loop the same year over and over again. So he would just always remain a kid and always have his fairy godparents without having to lose them. Which is very interesting to see that happen and play out a little bit more during all of that. I remember the Crimson Chin. Yeah, the Crimson Chin is from Fairly Odd Parents. The other thing is from SpongeBob, the fat man and the skinny sidekick, I think that was. I didn't watch SpongeBob too much as a kid, since my parents always said, no, SpongeBob, it's bad for you. It's too, I don't know, graphic or whatever. I have no clue what excuse they gave for not watching SpongeBob as a kid. But I never really watched SpongeBob too much as a kid. But yeah, probably should give that a watch, since a lot of people talk about it sometimes. A lot of people I know talk about SpongeBob sometimes, which I don't really understand some of the references. I do know like the Flying Dutchman and stuff with the Poseidon or something, on how he got trapped on that. I think that face looks a little bit better. There's many references from SpongeBob, which I'm slowly picking up through random online memes, but don't understand sometimes when people talk about like their favorite episodes and stuff, because I'm like, I don't know. I never bothered watching it. Plus, there's so many episodes now that I don't want to watch it. It's almost like trying to catch up with One Piece at this point. Like, One Piece was fun. I loved watching One Piece as a kid, but I fell off after the mermaid arc or whatever, and then never picked it up again. So I don't really want to watch through 1,000 episodes to recap and understand everything. But I do watch a few clips of some stuff. I know Luffy has like Gear 5 now, and we learned that his new ability, or his ability, was never really the Gum fruit, but some sort of cloud fruit or something, where what do you call it, where he's almost like the Monkey King basically, with all the clouds. I don't know, yeah, he has a crown almost like the Monkey King, like Wukong, I think. I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm gonna have to check that. Yeah, it's so long. The most I would do is like watch like quick short YouTube recaps of One Piece, or just hit up my friends, ask them how they're doing, and then they'll just go on a long rant or discussion on what happened in One Piece and stuff like that, which is just very easy to, I guess, digest, more so than sitting there watching 1,000+ episodes. I know one friend tried to catch up to the manga and just binge read like all 1,000+ chapters in like 2 to 3 days. I'm like, bro, did you get any sleep trying to, trying to catch up with that? But hey, One Piece does have its dedicated fans, so that's cool to see. Such an old anime still kicking. Though, we'll have to see what the One Piece truly is and what the treasure is going to be. I think I heard rumors that One Piece is nearing its final arc, but I don't know how true that is. If it's actually the final arc. If it is, then I'll probably watch a bit of like recaps more so I can know what's going on and what happened. But yeah, probably should get that. No, I'm probably not gonna watch it, but I'll just keep up with the little updates here and there and see. Because yeah, I remember as a kid I used to just watch One Piece a lot. I would usually watch One Piece with my dad, and he would just put that up on the TV. We would just go to some random pirating, anime pirating site like GoGo Anime or something, and just watch One Piece or Hunter x Hunter, Hunter x Hunter every like weekend or so. That's where my anime addiction started. And then I moved off of One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, and Naruto, more so into like the harem-esque type shows with like Infinite Stratos or My Sensei Nejima or Rosario Vampire is a very old show. My Bride is Mermaid is also a very good one that I liked. I did love the opening for My Bride is a Mermaid and like Rosario Vampire and all of that. But yeah, I do wish Hunter x Hunter continued a little bit more. Well, the manga for Hunter x Hunter is still going on, but it's no longer about Gon and Killua. It's more about Kurapika and his story, which isn't that bad. It's pretty good from what I've read and what I've seen people talk about it. But I really liked Hunter x Hunter for Gon and Killua, especially the I guess the island arc where they were trapped in the game. So I don't think that was a lot of people's favorite arc, but I think that was one of my favorite arcs for Hunter x Hunter, of them just trapped in the game trying to collect all the cards and stuff. But yeah, I was a bit sad to see Gon lose all of his nen at the final season or final episode, though there are rumors that he might get it an equivalent ability, since when he went to go meet his father during one time, it's just that he lost the ability to sense it, but he doesn't like, but it's not fully gone, so he might be able to, Gon's nen's not fully gone, but one day he might be able to get it back, and then they will add Gon back to the story with Killua, because I don't think it's the end of his story. I think maybe once we finish Kurapika's storyline in the manga, they might move on and bring Gon and Killua back up. But I don't think after Gon lost his nen in the manga, I don't think he's shown up too much besides like 1 or 2 chapters. And it's already been like maybe 50 to 100 chapters, I think, without Gon or Killua. I don't really know how true that is though. I've only skimmed the most recent Hunter x Hunter chapter, and I don't really keep up with it too much. So probably will have to look into that a bit more in the future, because I do wish they would get back to that. Any other old animes out there? But yeah, no. Just stuck to a lot of the romance shows or comedy shows mainly. Haganai was one of my favorite. Growing up, I forgot what the English name of Haganai is. It's like I can't make any friends or something. It was like typical harem show. Initial D was a good old show. I did like the race, like the OC, especially like all of the, what do you call it again? Eurobeat. I love the Eurobeat songs from Initial D. Those are very good. Deja Vu, Running in the 90s and stuff like that. I really did enjoy all of the songs. I don't think I finished the first season of Initial D, but I did watch the first, I think, half of it. Yeah, it was very, very chill. I also like listening to random Eurobeat versions of songs, which I think Turbo does very well, of remixing a lot of songs into Eurobeat and other genres. But yeah, he mainly focuses on Eurobeat songs, which is cool to listen to, especially since he converts a lot of Hololive songs or just old like 80s or 90s songs into Eurobeats. So it's very cool to see. And I think he had a collab with Hololive officially a few weeks ago when he was able to properly get commissioned to remix some of their songs. I think that looks cute. My lord, these bots are all over here. No thank you, self-satisfied. I am pretty satisfied myself. You could take your satisfied fist and shove it somewhere where the sun don't shine. But yeah, I found it interesting seeing the Initial D, especially how Takumi learned how to drive, of, you know, just doing the deliveries on whatever mountain that was for like all of his high school career. But the one that got me more interested in the fact that trying to put a cup of water in like his cup holder and trying not to spill it as he drives and tackles corners and curves. And that made me like think of like, I want to try that. I want to try putting a cup of like 3/4 to maybe near top of, you know, top of a cup and just try driving around with that. But I never did that because I know my shaky hands and very sharp turns sometimes would spill that water all over my steering shift, and also would just make a huge puddle somewhere in the car. The power creep technique. But yeah, it would be might be a fun thing to try, but also you'll probably have to put like a towel around the cup holder or on your pants at the very least, because I don't think you would tackle it on a highway. Probably you could do something like that at night if you ever go on like night drives. Then I guess you could do that freely without having to worry too much, since there's a lot less people on the road, and I guess a little bit harder on the visibility, so you're already going to be driving relatively slow. And if anyone comes behind you, it's a bit more understandable why you're driving slow. So I guess you could do it at night and try that method out then. But maybe that seems fun thing to just do. But don't know, maybe that is a little bit too big. But yeah, I do like a bunch of the other drifts and seeing like the cool scenes of the animations for Initial D, especially like the first race where he just drifts into the gutter and uses that as like a slip to get past the opponents, or just the very simple one of just turning off the headlights and passing the car, or like getting very close and then turning the headlights back on once he's close to let the other driver put their guard down, was another very cool thing for the race. I forgot a lot of the other stuff. Yeah, the music kicks in like right at that sweet spot. Like as soon as he hits that grind, the beat just drops, and then you could feel the momentum of the music. That's so good. I love that so much. For the show. I mean, like, all the music is so good. And then very well utilized, especially the beat drops are like 100% well timed most of the time, all the time. Just like as soon as like the most epic moment, boom, it just drops. Running in the 90s. Dun, 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 dun. Oh gosh, I don't know the tune for that. I'm currently getting bogged down by the tune I'm listening to right now for BGM. But yeah, I do love a lot of. I have to listen to a little bit more of the OST for Initial D. I used to put that shit on blast back in high school, just during the bus rides to school, just listen to Eurobeat and stuff like that. All of that. Sometimes just driving to work or driving to school once I got my car, just listening and blasting Eurobeat and stuff like that. If I wasn't blasting like some K-pop song, I was blasting like Eurobeat or anime songs, or like Initial D and stuff, which, oof, it just hits so well, especially when driving. Just gotta make sure I don't tackle the hill and corner up to my school back then a little too hard or too fast. But yeah, that I did love driving around with Initial D, OSC running in the 90s, Deja Vu. I forgot a lot of the names of the other songs, but all the songs just hit right. That's not fully incorporated. Don't tell me but yeah, I think that looks cute, and I just gotta do a little blush on her, and I think that's good. What you say? What you just say? Just alone. What you say? What you say? Inside. Oh yeah, it's Christmas time too. I woke up this morning to find out that my mom spent like a majority of the night setting up the Christmas tree and putting all that up. Which I probably should have helped a little bit. Well, I don't think she's fully finished yet, so I'll probably have to help putting that up and probably help putting the star on the Christmas tree. And seeing how all that goes. I always gotta get in the festive spirit, especially since the end is nigh. It's almost time for the next year, time for a few New Year's goals to come out and all that. Oh, what's up, Nevi? Welcome back. How's you doing? How was your League stream yesterday? Hello. Doing good? That's good. Let's see. Oh, I didn't time this one, so I don't know how long I took on this. Oopsies. Stopwatch, please. Okay, timer for the next one. Okay. But yeah, I think this one looks pretty cute. Getting a bit more used to a certain style and keeping like a little bit more thickness and line weight on the chin and the eyes to make it a little bit more cuter. I think this is good. Gonna continue drawing Utane. Today's drawing is pretty good. Just finished the first head of the day. No, that's not what I did today. This is another thing I did today, is just a random mannequin for a random pose, and then a few shapes, and then just a copious amount of circle warm-ups. But yeah, for random poses, yeah, sometimes I just try to create a random gesture for a quick warm-up, just so I don't forget how to draw the body. So I would just draw like a random stick figure and then translate that into a mannequin or something. I think this took me like 10 to 12 minutes to do, since if I don't do gesture drawings every once in a while or utilize utilize the ability to, you know, draw the whole body and draw a character and clothes on it properly. Then when I go back to draw the body or do other fan arts and stuff, I would get the proportions and gesture wrong. Like doing a quick 1 minute and 30-second on poses is pretty solid. It's a very good practice too. You could also check out, let me quickly find it. This is something that I used for gesture drawings too. It should be in my art class folder. Here it is. Let's pause you, don't play. Oh, okay. So it's from a YouTube channel called New Masters Academy. It's in their playlist. It's the timed figures is what I use for gesture drawings, since and then it's non-nude. I think there's a nude version, but it's mainly non-nude with just very tight clothes. I use this for gesture drawings since each video is like 35 minutes and they give you 10 1-minute drawings. They give you 5 2-minute drawings, 2 5-minute drawings, and 1 10-minute drawings. So it's a pretty good warm-up and practice in gesture drawings. There's also like 14 videos in the playlist, and I think they have like 2 more playlists with like 30 videos in it in the same way. So yeah, if you ever want to try something else for gesture drawings, or just follow a video and just try doing that without having to find poses or something, you could try looking at this right here. I might try doing a few gesture drawings using this, but a lot of my gesture drawings come out very off. I think I have one of my old gesture drawings in my progress. Yeah, here it is. Let me quickly load this in. It's a pure ref. I think right here. But yeah, a lot of my gesture drawings turn into something like this, which it's not the best, it's not what I want, but the gesture drawings do come out relatively decent when I use that. So I should get back to that. It looks pretty decent, yeah, for like a quick rush job. I remember sometimes, I think like a few weeks ago, I did the video and I used another site to do 15 seconds and 30 seconds and 1-minute drawings. The 15-second drawings are so tedious to do that you could only do like stick figures. The 30-second ones are also like quick little doodles, and the 1-minute ones are still a little bit better, but sometimes I can't do the gesture properly and it looks weird. But the more you do it, the better you'll get. I use posetrainer.com for some of the stuff too. Posetrainer.com doesn't have like pictures of actual people though. It only has like the human frame and the body with like all the muscles. It's basically the human body but with no skin on it, which looks a little bit weird, but I guess it's a good site to learn how the muscles are shaped, except for sometimes the poses might be a little bit weird. So don't know too much about that one. So yeah. So yeah, sometimes the poses look a little bit awkward. So just be careful if you ever try out Posetrainer or something else like that. Let's see. No, I already drew her flirty. I don't think I need to draw her flirty again. I'll draw a serious face. Yeah, it'll just take a little practice. I think, yeah, mine got a little bit better since I did this since like what, 2 years ago. I started during like 2022 for gesture drawings, when my friend would just hop onto a call and follow along with the video, and post, send each other our results to compare and stuff. But yeah, there's a bunch of different methods on doing the gesture drawings and finding what you like. It'll take a little while. And then after you do gesture drawings, it comes down to learning the anatomy and the pose of the human body, I guess. Since for gesture drawings and stuff like that, it's all about how you simplify the body. So to do that, it's good to have pre or base knowledge on how the body looks and some general idea of how you like to simplify things, on whether you like to have the body simplified as, you know, the torso as like a cube or a trapezoid, which I tend to do for the torso. Some people use a cylinder for the torso and draw like the rib cage. I use that sometimes. And then other people use a cylinder for the torso. So it all depends on what you want to use for the torso. And you could add the spheres to the side for the arms, depending, or for the shoulders, depending on what torso you like and how you like to simplify things. I know another one that some people use is like a semicircle. It's just a line and then a semicircle here, and then the shoulders here for the human body, and then they could also just draw the rib cage. But yeah, this is some of the ways I've seen people simplify the torso. So it just comes down to what feels right to you and what you like to simplify it as. I know Proco has another one where they use beans. I can't emulate it properly, but they would do like a circle here and a circle here, and then they would just do like connect to the bean, and then you'd have the torso up here and the pelvis down here, and you could have the arms and shoulders here leading up to the neck, and then the pelvis like down here is another relatively fast and easy way to draw the torso and then the pelvis together. So it all comes down to what you like to simplify things as. But yeah, I would say experiment a little bit with what feels comfortable for you and see what sticks and what doesn't. And then, yeah, your gesture drawings will come out a little bit better over time. It will just take a lot of practice. For me, it took like, what, 200 gesture drawings before it actually looked like a way that I want, I guess. So yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint for a lot of things in art. It's just a long marathon of making sure you stick to like a continuous practice without take some breaks every once in a while, but yeah, just keep going, take your time, have some fun, enjoy the process. Don't stress out too much about the results, because I know I used to stress out about the results, and one of my friends stresses a little bit too much about the results, trying to make it look as perfect as possible, instead of just moving on to the next drawing or the next thing, and just like gets dragged down by something. That's also why I like gesture drawings, because it forces you to think quickly and simplify things, so you don't spend too long on a singular pose or drawing. Because if I didn't have gesture drawings, I would take 30 minutes to an hour on a single pose and have it look just as good as a 1-minute drawing. So that's why sometimes I have to just stick to just the quick 30 seconds to a minute gesture drawings here and there. I probably will bring that back for warm-ups, maybe do like a 5-minute gesture drawing warm-ups someday before I draw, so I get a bit more practice and all of that. I don't need to draw her ear. Why am I going to try drawing her ear? The face shape looks a bit wonky, but I think I could readjust that as I go. Let's see. It's a serious face, so should do a winky face too. I do want to learn how to do a winky face for closed eyes. I don't think I've done too much practice on winky faces or closed eyes. But shapes only curves. Oh yeah. It is good to use only curves during some of the gestures so that you could get the form down a lot more. Because yeah, a lot of the gesture drawing is just to get the gesture down rather than the form. For the quick timed ones, I guess when you do actually like figure drawings and stuff, that's when you want to worry about like all the shapes and stuff. Which yeah, I probably should do a little bit of the same of just using curved lines to do the gesture. Because sometimes when I do the gesture, it looks a bit off and doesn't flow as well as I want. But it just takes a little time to get used to. That eye is a bit small. I'll make this a little bit larger. Just zoom out of it. Just make it a little bit like that, I think. But yeah, it'll be what it'll be as time comes up. It'll take time to do. I'm gonna draw some more. Draw fan art, draw an OC or something like that. I do want to, yeah, draw a few more fan art of either Zenless characters, Hololive members. I also want to try drawing some old animes I used to watch. Probably like, My Bride is a Mermaid, with like Sunsetto was an old anime I liked watching. The opening for that was good. Maybe The Familiar of Zero. Also, want to draw a little bit of that. Because I don't think I saw too much fan art of those animes back in the day, or like high quality or relatively good. I saw, I think, average and pretty decent fan arts, but I do want to draw a little bit more fan art of some of the old animes. Rosario Vampire is also a good show that I guess I liked watching a little bit of. I got like season 2, but I don't think it ever got a 3rd season finished off the story. I know the manga for Rosario Vampire is finished, but I don't know too much about who won the battle in romance when it came to that. Let's see, other old animes. Just watch a lot of old school animes like GJ or Haganai, or that one Realist of the Classroom Elites. There was another old anime I liked. Oh yeah, Real Life was one that I liked. Or Date Alive. I only watched like the first season of Date Alive. I know season 5 or 6 is out of Date Alive, and it's been so long since I've watched that show. Don't know if I want to rewatch it and catch up with all of that though. Serious pose could be something like this. I think I'm flipped. Okay. But yeah, probably not gonna rewatch all of those. Probably will just stick to rewatching Toradora before the year's end, and watching mainly the Christmas episode for the song. I forgot if it's called Silent Night or Holy Night. I think it's called Holy Night for Toradora, of the Christmas song, which I liked a lot. The opening for Toradora is very nostalgic. I remember watching like an old anime compilation list of old music videos and just feeling a huge sense of nostalgia just listening to the Toradora opening and a bunch of other ones. I also, besides the typical romance shows I watch, I probably watched a little bit more of, I guess, the fantasy with Chrome Shelled Regis and other stuff. And then, but I don't know if any other animes stuck out back then. Infinite Stratos was fun. I did love the characters in Infinite Stratos, especially Laura and Charlotte, I think was their names. Especially since Infinite Stratos was almost like a Gundam show, but it wasn't fully Gundam, since you don't actually get in the robot like Evangelion or the Gundam series, but instead you, like, it's some sort of robot armor suit that goes over you, and you could still see the human piloting it, and then you'd have to move it around. It's mainly like wearing fancy armor that are like Gundam styled, and then you can fly around and stuff. But yeah, that was a very old anime that got like I think 2 seasons, and I like the opening of and rewatched one too many times. I could have done the highlight on the other side, but I think that looks good enough. Oh lord, I was just thinking of another anime. I have no clue. No clue what other animes I should probably give a rewatch. I know Dandadan is pretty decent. The opening for Dandadan is good. I love Creepy Nuts and all the songs they do. Especially, yeah, Dandadan, and then for Mashel, Bling Bang Bang Bon is also a pretty good song. An old anime that I did not like the ending to, though, was Akame ga Kill. I did not like how they just did everyone dirty in the anime, while in the manga, from what my friends say, the manga is a lot more forgiving towards the characters and doesn't really kill them a whole lot as with the actual show. So at least the ending for the manga was a little bit more, I guess, fulfilling, which I probably should give a read and see how that actually did go, and if it was as good as he talked about. Was this the right angle? Yeah, that's the right angle for this. Probably should do a little dinky right there. Okay, but yeah. Let's see. Anime, I already talked about Dragon Ball. Bleach. Bleach is a decent show. I know the 1000-Year Blood War is out right now. Don't know if I will catch up to watch 1000-Year Blood War for Bleach. I remember watching a lot back then also. I guess I watched the main trio of Dragon Ball, One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, and Bleach and Fairy Tail when they were all releasing. I think out of all of those shows, though, I think I liked Fairy Tail the most, just because of the fantasy, magic, and adventure of everything, and all the different powers you could get in Fairy Tail. Out of all the powers in Fairy Tail, I don't know what powers I would like the most. I do like Urza's ability to be able to summon and use any weapon she wants of a certain like suit or something like that. I think out of all the Fairy Tail like guild leaders or characters, if I could have a ability, I would probably choose Urza's, so that I could use any weapon I want. But I don't know, Natsu's just like fire dragon power gets a little monotonous, especially when it's like mainly just the roar, fist, or kick. And there's some nuance when he goes into Dragon Force, but I don't think he has too much special moves besides combining his abilities with Gajiel or Laxus, I think is their names. Out of all of them, I think I like Gajiel's design a lot, and then his interactions with Juvia. Yeah, it's Juvia. The water girl. I did love their interactions. I think they're getting a bit more together in the new season, and I think Gray and it was Gray and Juvia. Juvia is the water girl, so yeah, it's Gray, the ice boy, who is getting with Juvia. I find it funny that every other episode Gray is just stripping and just takes off his shirt just because he's like an ice mage, and his teacher just taught him to withstand the cold by taking him to like the Antarctic and stripping him of all his clothes besides his boxers. So in the show he just has the running gag of always stripping to his boxers just because he doesn't feel comfortable, and it's just more, I guess, better for him, which is just a little funny gimmick. Another old anime is like Rave Master, which is another anime made by the same artist of Fairy Tail. I remember Bluey, which is like little snowman character with the little cone and mouth. I believe what his full name is, but yeah, in Rave Master I think he was called Bluey, or that might be Fairy Tail. I forgot to draw her little flaps again. Let me just quickly draw her flaps. Kind of remember to draw her flaps. I don't know why I always forget how to draw her flaps whenever I actually draw her. But yeah, Rave Master was also a pretty solid anime. I don't think... No, I'm thinking of Scions of DX or something. A different anime where he has like some sort of rollerblade weapon with a green shoe and a yellow horn sometimes. That's a very old show though. What's another. Forgot Ueki, I think. Is like he has tree powers or something. And there's also another very old anime where it's like some sort of box and tree powers. I forget exactly what the heck that show's about. I remember rewatching that a lot. Let's see. Besides just rewatching a lot of Love Live, Bang Dream, DJ Max Respect. Not DJ Max Respect, D4DJ. And a lot of other idol shows. There is... yeah, just DJ Bu with the school life shows. School Life or Romance. Kaguya-sama Lover's War was a pretty decent manga. I think Kaguya-sama Lover's War is finished. And I think they... I think they confessed in the ending. I remember reading somewhere like in the manga there's like a dispute between Kaguya's father and Shirogane, and he had to try to fight for her or something to actually be able to date or marry her. I forget too much about that anime. It's been a while since I've checked that out. Let's see. I think that looks pretty good. It's getting near Christmas, so just thinking about all the different foods that are spread out on the table during Christmas time or other holidays. I know whenever I go to Thanksgiving with my dad's side, we don't have like the stereotypical turkey and stuff that a lot of Americans have, but instead it's just hot pot. My aunts and uncles just gets like 4 or 5 hot pot pots and just have a whole hot pot with the family and just do that, which is not that bad. It throws a little twist to things, which is a little fun. I don't know about Christmas meal too much on that side. I know we haven't actually done Christmas on that side too much. I know I do it on my other family side, which is the typical it's not ham. It's like ham and turkey, though. There's a bunch of the typical Asian foods of egg rolls. There's this one dessert I like green worms. It's not actually worms. We just call it green worms because it's like some pandam or something like that. It's green. It's like green jelly that are almost like worms or tube-like that you push through a potato masher, and then you fill it in a cup with coconut milk, like sweetened coconut milk, which is a little bit more liquidy, and then put in some like fruits like lychee or I forgot what the other fruit is. You put in, it's like a lot of the canned fruits you get at the Asian, like local Asian corner store or something. But yeah, just have a lot of that in there. Egg rolls, typical fried rice, noodles, stuff like that. I remember last Thanksgiving though, my mom tried making ham for the family, but she screwed that up a little bit, and it came out a little bit mushy and a little bit not good. So we had to scrap the ham and buy Popeyes for Thanksgiving, which makes me think of the Japan again for how some people use KFC to celebrate Thanksgiving. I mean, not Thanksgiving, to celebrate Christmas. They would just like order a bucket of KFC and use that for a Christmas celebration. And I forgot where that started. I remember hearing a video of how like KFC branded, or someone else branded, that like KFC is the Christmas meal that Americans eat all the time, which is just a blanked out sales tactic lie. But it's somehow stuck in Japan, and now a lot of people order KFC for Christmas dinner and stuff like that. And then like sometimes the KFC would put like bookings for a lot of the meals like a few months in advance, so that if you don't order your meals like a few months in advance, you won't be able to get KFC during the Christmas season, which is funny to see. And a lot of the KFC meals they have in Japan are like a lot more, I would say, advanced, or a lot more better options than here in America, I think. Especially with getting like a pie and stuff, like a big pie with your bucket of chicken and stuff, which is pretty cool to see the slight differences in how fast food chains and other stuff operate in different countries and all of that. So I think I could draw her flap here. But yeah, I would be more interested in all of the other stuff like that. I know that like the McDonald's in Japan is also a lot more fancy with like their seasonal meals and seasonal deals, whereas in America there's no such thing as a seasonal deal. It's just the regular Big Mac and is it Big Mac? McDonald's or Burger King. It's been ages since I went to a fast food or eaten fast food. I've mainly just been cooking at home. But yeah, McDonald's in America doesn't do too much special things in its food or play around besides like the Shamrock Shake or whatever the Grimace Shake was when that happened. This could be like a bow here. But yeah, no. Don't know too much about all of that. Let's see, yeah, this could go here. And this could go up here. But yeah, just a lot of random facts about Japan. I just pick up from random YouTube shorts and random watching streamers talk about their experience in Japan. We're just watching a lot of Trash Taste. of Sea Dog VA and Giguk and the anime man Joey. This is where I pick up a lot of the weird or interesting nuances of all of that. Let's see, I think this could go right here. Is that all of this selected? Oh, the eyebrows. Yeah, I think that's good. But yeah, let's see. I probably did they update Genshin? Yeah, no, I already did the Imaginarium Theater in Genshin. And I already did, the Spiral Abyss. Just never able to clear stage 12 of Spiral Abyss in Genshin. Because I'm always poorly investing in all of my characters. And not being able to stick to a single character too much. But now I think I'm trying to stick to Nilou. Even though she's not the most optimal in Abyss clears or anything like that. I just like her design and like trying to use her as DPS and brute forcing things. Yeah, that looks good. I think, could I give her a little blush? Because I'm trying to do a serious face, but let me see. Where's the serious face that I have as reference? That's happy, sad, shocked, surprised, fear, drunk. Ooh, I could give her a drunk face. I'll try drawing a drunk face next then. That actually looks pretty cool for an expression. Serious could just do like a tiny blush. You could do like a tiny swiggle, a little tiny swiggly, like that, to give a little change in the way I do the blush. And I could just do a little circle here. I think that looks pretty solid. That's actually another pretty cute face. Okay, this one actually timed, so this one took 27 minutes. Didn't take a full 30, so that's what I'm happy about. But slowly trying to cut down the time on drawing all the heads. At this pace, it'll take me another 5 to 6 hours just to draw 8 heads again. Ugh. Can't forget to stretch every now and then, or else I'll just get extremely bad posture, bending down and then scrunching the arms together. But yeah, no, I think the chin looks pretty good. The mouth is solid. The nose could be worked on a tiny bit more. I don't know if I'll make it a bit thick or a little bit thin. I think that should be good. No, she doesn't have like eyelashes too much, but I could just do a small flick for the eyelash like this. I think something like that. Yeah, something like this could work. Yeah, there it is. Let me see how that looks over here. Just like a tiny little upwards thing here. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, what was I gonna do? I said I was gonna do a drunk face. Okay. Let's see how this looks. Okay. So that drunk face is more of a 3/4 view, looking straight at the viewer. Okay. I think that should be good. What other things can I talk about? I remember writing it in a journal of everything I could just yap about, and I just don't utilize it at all. Probably should start writing things down on a sticky note so I could have more ideas to talk about. I guess one of the things I was thinking of talking about was like ranking different chocolates and stuff like that, and I guess the flavor, I don't know. I guess one of my favorite desserts or snacks are chocolates. I do like, you know, the typical Kit Kat, Crunch Bar, Ferrero I forgot what is the other ball chocolate in the wrapper. That's always fancy with a little sphere in the center. I forgot what that's called. I don't know what flavor of that one I like the most though. I don't know, matcha seems interesting. Though, I remember back in college I tried the Kit Kat, Sakura Blossom Kit Kat, and I did not like that one a lot because when I ate the Sakura Cherry Blossom Kit Kat, it tasted a lot like lotion. It tasted a lot like body lotion, or like a rosy body lotion. It tasted like how body lotion smelled, which I really did not like from the Sakura Kit Kat. Though I would want to try a bit more different flavors of Kit Kats. I remember Pocky is another thing I like eating. I remember going to an Asian store a while ago and seeing like some sort of shrimp flavored Pocky, which I don't know if I remember that properly or if that was like a gag, but that looked a bit weird. The shrimp flavored any type of dessert. Well, no, there is a decent shrimp flavored snack, which is the shrimp flavored crackers or chips. It's like, I guess, French fried shape, or one of those rustled French fries shapes that's just like straight down, but you know, it's just fried and it's just coated with like shrimp paste or something. But yeah, shrimp crackers were actually pretty good back in the day. One of my favorite candies back in the day was one of those Japanese tin candies. If you ever watched Grave of the Fireflies, it was a pretty good Ghibli film. One of the stores I went to sold the tin candies similar to the one of Grave of the Fireflies, which I loved a lot. And it had so many different flavors, from like lemon to mint to chocolate to, I guess, strawberry, cherry, blueberry, raspberry and stuff. But what do you call it? Sadly, the company went under, I think, because like the Japanese company went down. I don't think they got enough sales or something. So I was a little sad to see one of the candies that I enjoyed back then just go out of business out of nowhere, especially since I really didn't pay attention to that too much. So after like a few times I went to the store not seeing the candy anymore, I looked up like the candy and what happened to it, and it just went under and was no longer successful or profitable, I guess. So sadly, that candy just went away. It was like a good nostalgic candy though. I remember just buying a tin of that and just bringing it with me to school and sharing with friends and stuff. One of my friends though smoked way bit too much weed, especially before school back in high school, which I don't know about that type of attitude for stuff, but his breath would stink so much that I would sometimes just give him one of the candies so that his breath wouldn't smell like weed every time he talked. Don't know how he's doing. It's been a while. I haven't touched base with him since high school. I know the last time I talked to him, he said he wanted to be a rapper. I don't know how well that's going for him though. I don't know if I have his Spotify or anything like that. So, would be interesting to see how he's doing, but don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he got clean a little later on, but don't know. It's just weird how easily some people were able to just get those types of drugs without any problems. But no, weed's not legalized. I think that was marijuana that's legalized in America or some states. I don't know too much about that. Is marijuana weed? I have no clue. I don't know too much about narcotics and stuff like that. What type of eyes shape? So you could do something like this, yeah. And then like something like this. Okay, that just reminds me of Digimon for some reason. I think one of my favorite songs from Digimon was Braveheart, which is the intro, or which is like the song for the evolutions for Digimon. I did love that a lot. I don't know which one would be my favorite Digimon out of all of them, though. Like, they're the typical Agumon with War Greymon. I do love O2 with Vmon and his evolution line, but I feel like I liked Frontier a lot. Again, with the ability, yeah, Frontier, with the ability to digivolve into the actual Digimon and not just have the Digimon fights for you, but you actually become the Digimon in fights, which was pretty cool and a little bit more interesting to see, instead of just having the Digi partner and then just command them and have them fight for you. But I guess you lose out on the Digi partner aspect of things, since all of the other Digi-Tamers or Digi-Destins have their own like Digimon friend, but the Frontier Digi-Destins don't have that. They just have those two Digimon that follow them along and help them out here and there, and like Locomon, which took them places. But in place of not having a Digi partner, they were able to become multiple different Digimon if they wanted to. Well, I think each of them only got 2 Digimons they could I guess digitalize as, but each one had like two evolutions which they could utilize and use. I feel like I could make that triangle a little bit more better, but nah, I'm not gonna worry about that. I think that's good. I think that's pretty solid for that right there. But yeah, don't know too much more about Digimon. Out of my favorite, yeah, I would stick to Frontier. I do love the English opening for Frontier. I don't know if it's my I think, yeah, Frontier's opening might be my favorite out of all of the English Digimon openings, besides the classic 01 or Digimon Adventures opening. I do like the opening of Frontier a lot more, because it's a little bit more different, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. I like the intro to it, especially with the little flute. It's almost like the hand flute you could do when you cup your hands together and blow into it to make almost like a bird's call. I used to do that a lot in school. Still know how to do it, but I probably won't do it right now. But it was a very good opening and a pretty good show. I love the little bit more gruesomeness of the Digimon series and how they touch a lot of other topics of like death and loss, I guess, in a little bit, which is, I guess, a good learning experience about all of that. Especially the movie with Last Kizuna, yeah. Digimon Last Kizuna was one of my favorites. The final evolutions of the Digimons were alright. I know some people didn't like the final evolution and how they became a bit more humanoid, but I found it to be cool. Almost like how the Digimon were, like how Agumon and Gabumon was influenced to have more humanistic characteristics from Matt and Ty. So that's how I would like to think about that. But yeah, I did love the movie. I teared up when I watched it, and I teared up again whenever I rewatched it. So yeah, it's a very good movie, very good show. It was my childhood, still is my childhood. But I'm gonna miss the original Digidestined. But again, they rebooted Digimon Adventures and made a brand new, I guess, timeline for the newer generation, which I do want to maybe check out a little bit, because I know they gave Agumon and Greymon new evolutions. I don't know if they gave the other Digidestineds new evolutions for their partners. It'd be cool if they did, though, to see more different evolutions. I did love Angelmon and Angemon, especially one of the episodes where they fused to create another Angel Digimon. I forgot what Digimon that was. It's been so long since I've watched that my memory's hazy on all of that. But I remember seeing that happen once, or I think that happened once. But I don't think they utilized that too often. I think that was like a one-time gag. Sadly, I wish they would like bring that up a bit more, or something else, so that it's not just relying heavily on Matt and Ty for Omnimon or Omegamon. No, Omegamon's a different one. It's Omnimon or something. I forgot his other name. I know there's like an English and Japanese name. For some weird dispute, they changed his name in the English translation in comparison to the Japanese name. So he has two different names for both English and Japanese, but I forgot what that was for both and the difference. And I think that should be good for the mouth. It's a little bit drool because she's drunk, and then let's try drawing the blush. Okay. Yeah, I think the next comes the blush. I think the face could... I can make it more chubbier next time. I can make it chubbier now and just have it cut off here instead. If I make it cut off here, how's that look? I think I like that one a lot better than the longer face. I like a little bit more of the compact face in my drawings, a little bit more cuter, I would say. I think it looks a bit more, yeah, just a little bit more cuter in the drawings is what I'm trying to make a little bit more. I'm trying to get the face shape down and try to understand what exactly I want to portray in a sense. Okay, I think this is good. Maybe a little bit off, but I think that should be pretty decent. And then to make her drunk, you'd have to draw the little blush all the way across. I also got to draw her hair flaps after this. Again, because I keep forgetting she has hair flaps, and keep not drawing that sometimes, because I'm just used to just quickly speeding through this. It's only been 13 minutes since I've started this one. Really? It's only been 13 minutes? I thought I felt longer than that. Oh well. I don't know. Oh, way longer than that, but okay. Let's see. What other things? Yeah, I have to come up with New Year's goals as the New Year's come up. I'll have to figure out what I want to do for the New Year's, and I don't know if I'll do New Year's setting goals on stream. Maybe do a little bit about like drawing goals and stuff. But yeah, I'll have to figure that out later and do that. I don't think I've reached much of my New Year's goals I set in the beginning of the year, though who does accomplish all of their New Year's goals sometimes. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to stick to the goals and do everything like that. I know one of my New Year's goals was like doing fan art every other week or every week, which I did not stick to at all, which I could improve upon a little bit more next year and do a bit more fan art here and there of more characters and more people. Another thing that I want to do is maybe remember to draw Yutane's other additions to her headphones. I'm forgetting to draw the little trapezoids at the bottom of it. I know I'm always forgetting something when I'm drawing stuff, especially in a rush or just talking and not really observing the reference too carefully. Sometimes I leave out a detail here or there, or I forget to portray something, forget to make things look proper, but it'll be what it'll be. As time goes on, I'll maybe get better at that and stop forgetting to draw something, but for the time being, it'll just be what it is. Oh well. I'll just have to see how things go. I think this works. You can make that a bit more round at the top, but no, it's gonna get cut off by her sphere anyways, so I don't need to worry too much about that. So now I can draw her little trapezoid thingies, little antennae, which goes there, which I've been forgetting to draw. I think that looks about right. And then just a little big circle right there. Yep, that works. But yeah, I probably have to do a few more New Year's goals and make my New Year's goals a bit more reasonable and a bit more attainable in a sense, and see what I want to do, be it New Year's goals for art or maybe for streaming. Probably a little bit of few New Year's goal for both art and streaming. Pump out a little bit more fan art and maybe finally finish my own VTuber model at one point. Stream a bit more other games. Probably one of the New Year's goals could probably be just finishing a game on or off stream. I haven't finished too much games this year. Did I ever finish like an actual game this year? I don't think so. I've just been playing a lot of gacha games, so I don't think I've actually finished a singular game this year. Yeah, I don't think I've finished like a singular story game or anything like that. So yeah, probably should try to pick a game and try to play it fully and see how that goes next year. Could probably pick a game and do that before the end of this year, but I mainly just want to focus a bit more on drawing, and then I'll focus a bit more on playing other games later and maybe streaming other games. Again, have plenty of games I could probably stream. I have Subnautica, which I could try to finish, though the fear of the ocean is pretty real, especially of how deep Subnautica goes, and all the dark waters. The ambiance of Subnautica 2 could get a little scary. So I don't know. I've had Subnautica for like the past 8 years or almost since release, but I have actually never fully played it, especially since when I first got it, it would not run at all on my laptop, and I didn't play it until like 3 weeks after I bought it, so I couldn't refund it. So I probably should give that game a play. I know Subnautica 2 is coming out, and it has multiplayer, so that seems like a fun thing to try to do. At least it should help. If I play with someone else, I wouldn't be too scared of diving too deep into the water. Hopefully. unless the other person is also scared of the deep ocean. I know one of my other friends wants to try playing Subnautica multiplayer, and he's also scared of deep water, so I guess that'll be a fun thing to try out. Of just being extremely terrified of all of the things that lurks in the waters. I also want to see like the new monsters and leviathans they add to Subnautica, because a lot of the leviathans in Subnautica looks pretty cool. I do like the Reaper leviathan's design, and I forgot what the big leviathan in Subnautica is called. But I do know you get to like save her and her babies or something, and create some sort of enzyme and cure for the disease that's spread all around the world. And I know there's Subnautica Below Zero, where you go on the other side of the world, where it's just a huge Arctic cap, which is another one. I don't think you dive too deep, and no, you do dive deep in that one also. It's just a little bit more focused on the overworld, a little bit more, where you're traveling above ice. I don't think it's too much overworld stuff either. So there's also that. I also have Raft, which I haven't really played through Raft a lot either. I know I got Raft before like the finished update of the game came out. So Raft now has like a final story and a concise ending, which I saw a little bit of, but not too much. I know there's like, you actually get to meet actual humans near the ending of Raft, but it just takes a little while to get there after you travel through all the islands and finish setting sail here and there. It'd be interesting. Also, I do love the building type games and building your bases. I remember whenever I played Minecraft, I would just spend most of the time building houses or digging caves and making like a house underground. I was usually the type of player in like worlds with friends. I would just venture off and just start building and crafting my own house and living in a hut or something. I would usually just like make a big underground mansion and live there and store all of my stuff there. Though it took so long just to dig everything out and make everything nice. But it was still fun just mining and digging through everything. Though with the new updated Minecraft, it gets a little bit more easier to find a lot of the materials, I think, with how open the cave systems are. I don't think I've played the new update of Minecraft too much. I've only heard about it, especially with the trials in the combat area. I forget what it's called, but there's like some sort of dungeon in Minecraft now that you could go and fight with, I think, new mobs and bosses. So yeah, I didn't play the Warden update, so I haven't really gone through the terror of hiding and running away from the Warden. I know he could like one-shot you if you're not careful, especially if you're not wearing any armor and stuff. So he looks like a very, very dangerous character to run into. I forgot to drop her hair flaps again. Let me quickly toss that on before I color in everything. That's another thing that I have to remember, is to draw her hair flaps and not forget about that, and to keep that somewhat stable, because that is a little bit part of her character design. It makes her a little bit more recognizable whenever a character has like that certain little flair to them, be it horns or cat ears or little hair flaps or any type of distinct features, which helps make a character like stand out a little bit more, especially since it's like on the head, so that yeah, so they stand out a bit more and it becomes a lot more recognizable. Which is why some characters have over exaggerated hair or ears or stuff like that, or like hair flaps or stuff like that, just to give the head a little bit more silhouette and more shape, so that it becomes a little bit more recognizable from a lineup of other characters. So I gotta remember all of her tiny little details that I sometimes forget to add when drawing Utane. I think I'll draw one more Utane face before I move on to drawing maybe Sakamoto Chloe from Hololive. Besides that, I think I'll just draw maybe... I don't know, I said I was going to draw 8 faces today, didn't I? So yeah, I'll see how fast I am on drawing all of the faces. This is actually doing pretty solid on time though, since it's only been 25 minutes on this head. So I think I'm getting faster again when it comes to drawing the heads, and I'm not really going too slow here and there. So I think I'm going at a relatively decent speed for everything. I'm keeping up with all that. Now I just gotta draw her blush, and I think this should all be set. Yeah, right there. Okay, I think that looks pretty cute. I also want to draw more of other VTubers and stuff. Designs that I think look cool or interesting. And just so I could learn how to draw their hairstyles and stuff like that, to expand upon my library of heads and faces that I can draw. This took 26 minutes. Okay, that's pretty solid. Not too long, not too short. I'll get to properly rendering things later. I could probably like shade some of the stuff and give them shadows, but that'll be for future drawings, future pieces. I think this right here is pretty good for now. Especially the drunk face looks pretty nice. The semi-serious little blushing, and then just the pure happy smile. So I'm gonna have to look for one more expression I want to give her and see how that goes. I don't know if I'm gonna give her fear. No, I just want to keep her with a cute face. I guess no, I already did a happy, did a relatively sad, serious, and a drunk. I could give her a triumphant face, like eyes closed, and try to see how that looks. I do a lot of open-eyed poses and not too much of a closed eyes pose, and trying to do that. So it is good to change up the expressions here and there when practicing. Let's reset the stopwatch and see how long this one will take. It should be good though. Hopefully I'm keeping with the 25 minutes per head, around there. Slowly bring that back down. I know I could do 10 minutes per head, but then it wouldn't come out as good as I wanted to. It would be relatively off, and I wouldn't be able to go into as much detail as I would like for the face, especially for the shape or otherwise. So I do want to give myself a little more time, but also make sure I'm not taking too long on each head drawing. I think I can make this a little bit more diagonal, but again, it's going to get covered by the hair, so it's not too important for that. But it is good to get the relative shape down in the beginning, so you don't skip a few steps here and there for when you actually do have to draw maybe the side of the chin or the cheek. You know how to portray it relatively properly. Especially just for me. That's just something I have to keep in mind for myself. Especially when it comes to drawing stuff like this. Gotta make sure I don't skip any steps, or else when I go to draw it in a different angle and stuff. You should draw what's their face from Osu. Oh, the mascot girl. I don't know her name. I probably should try giving her a draw. I'll have to look her up and see what she looks like again. I don't really remember what what her name is either, but I know it's like the pink hair girl. I'll have to look her up and see. With hit circle eyes, yeah. I'll have to look up her real quickly after this, and then try that out. Well, it'll be a little fun experiment. It could be one of the faces I draw today. Yeah, I could give that a try. I do want to try drawing a little bit more other characters, so yeah, I could give that a quick try after this face. It'll be an interesting character to try to draw. I could bring this down a little bit more, like right here. Yeah, I could try drawing her with the hit circles. Probably have to look up what the hit circles look like again. Though I think a quick Google search should be able to net me what I need and what I want for the drawing. This could cut here and this could cut here instead. I would like to say. I think I made this a little too long for the eyes. But I could lower everything a little bit. Make her eyes more flat-ish, like right here. And then I could just fill this in. And then do the same for the other side. Flat, and then fill it in. And there's not too much since it's just a closed eye. And you don't see any eyeballs in a closed eye, so I think that's good. I don't know if I want to do the bottom eyelash like I typically do. Something like that for fun. Let's do this one relatively quick and move on, since this one seems like a relatively easy face to do. I think I could do something like that. But yeah, I might try drawing the Osu mascot girl and try to find her name. If it's just something like Hit-chan or something like that, that'd be funny. I'll have to see what her actual name is and all of that. I think, oh, I had the smile down, but I erased it. I undid it. Why did I undo it? Something like this, maybe? I'll have to redraw her smile once I draw her hair. No, this is the right position. So the hair would be coming down like this. And then you'd have the little swirl there. This would come here. And this would go here. I'll try drawing Hit-chan. Okay, I'm just calling her Hit-chan now, even though I don't think that's her name. And then, yeah, give her the hit circle eyes. See how that goes. Move on to more other drawings. Maybe a few more gesture drawings here or there. Not gesture drawings, probably not 2 gesture drawings. 2 gesture drawings another day. I just want to finish the heads for now, though I think the style is getting a bit more consistent. We'll do a bit more fan art and body poses in the coming weeks, but ref to Peppy or Pippi. Oh, is that her name? Pippi? Is her name Pippi? And is Peppy like a old Osu streamer or something, or something else? Okay, yeah, that's her name. Peppy is the dev guy. Ah, okay, maybe it might be a reference to this to the dev if the names are so similar. It probably is a reference to the Osu dev then. Which is pretty cool. Pretty funny. You could just say it's the gender bent version of the dev. Basically, it's just the gender bent version of the dev, which is funny. Okay, so yeah, I'll search her up after I finish this and try drawing Pippi-chan then. I don't know if it's Chan or just Pippi. I don't know, whenever I think of like a Japanese mascot or something, I always just add Chan to the end of it for some reason. Or at the end of the name. Just like a weeb habits of some sort. I don't know where I picked that habit from. I think that looks decent. Now I just need to draw the eyebrow. Something like this. It's like upwards a bit more. Like that. Yeah, and then it's more so like stuck up nose and like a little swirl here and a little swirl here for the blush. Something like that, and then like this. I could just do the simple lines though. I do like doing also not just the cross hatching but just the simple dash line button. Figured out all the confusing tech stuff. I made progress on the crane. Oh, drawing the crane for your train drawings. Figured out the proportions and stuff of it. I think. Okay, yeah, okay. That's good. Figured out all of the perspective, I guess, and how the shapes are. It is a little bit difficult to draw something like that, especially since it's like multiple shapes on each other. It's like a base of a square on maybe a cylinder with a rectangle sticking up from it for the hook or other stuff. And then it's just coming down to get the right perspective of everything to make sure it's nice and clean. Don't know. I don't know if that is the correct name of the crane. Wouldn't know. Wouldn't know a thing about the different cranes. All I know is crane has big hook, hook has big string, string has string, hook, pick up, thing, carry thing, crane in Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. Crane workers operate crane to make Spider-Man easy travel path to save the city. Just think of that clip. I remember seeing a clip of that running through YouTube Shorts again. There's a lot of Spider-Man shorts and stuff like that. I don't know if those are the cranes or no, it's Zero Trains. It might just be the one that goes on a train specifically. But yeah, I think that might be a little different than what you're trying to draw. Yeah, no, that's a little bit different to what you're trying to draw. Yeah, that's extremely different than what you're trying to draw. It's that mess. I think gantry is like supports, which supports something like holding up signs. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's like some sort of support for everything. Let's see. I think that should be good. Now I could draw her headphones, and then I could draw her hair flap. Flap, hair, after headphones, so I don't forget to draw that. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I looked up a quick image of that, and that looks difficult to draw already. Are you doing... I forgot to ask, are you doing like traditional drawing like on pen and paper? Or are you doing like digital art when you're doing things? Are you just doing it on a sketchbook or through software like CSP or Photoshop or something? If it's like on an iPad or anything like that. Okay, yeah. Just digital, not using models. Okay, just using a reference or something probably. But not like tracing over the model to find where things are. But just like freehanding basically. Freehanding everything to make sure it's relatively right. Figuring out all the different shapes and where everything is. Yeah, it's fun trying to figure out all the perspective of things and where things are supposed to go properly, and how it looks at different angles and how it should be shaped and all of that. Okay, her hair flaps. But yeah, that's good though. That's good. Working on the drawing skills on different little things here and there. I probably should practice a bit more backgrounds later. I don't think I will practice backgrounds until I properly finish drawing, practice like heads and body. I'll worry about like backgrounds later, especially when it comes to character drawings or fan art. I'll have to at one point learn how to make a bit more dynamic backgrounds, or just background that the character could exist in, to make it a little bit more natural, or a little bit more nicer, I would say, to make things look cleaner at the very least. But yeah, I'll have to see how all that goes. Okay, I drew her hair flaps. I don't need this no more. Okay, I like that. Looks a bit cute. I do want to draw her eye open, but I'll leave that as closed for now. I don't think her eyes needs to be open for that. Just a nice closed eye will do. And I think we should be relatively all set. Yeah, I think that could go right there. I can bring this down a little bit, like right here. I don't know if I'll make this as big as... I'll just make this a little bit big, why not? It doesn't hurt to exaggerate the size of things here and there, to make it look a little bit more interesting and make it pop. Could erase here a little bit more. I think that works. I don't know what I want to stream. I do want to do an afternoon stream later today. I might try streaming Zenless and my Clear Shield defense. I don't think I have any other games downloaded besides Gacha games and League of Legends or Valorant. I do have Strivnova, but I don't know how I feel about the gameplay. It's fun, but also not to my taste exactly. It's fun running around in Strivnova and knifing people, but once I get out of bronze and into like silver, I don't think that strategy will work. My thoughts on ZZZ, it's a pretty fun game. I enjoy the combat a lot in ZZZ, especially like the QTEs and the different characters and the weapons. I love using the different types of weapons and characters for ZZZ. I remember using Kaleda as my main for a while until I got Jane, but now I'm using Jane as DP a lot. I do want to switch her out later on when the idols come out. I do want to try doing a tower clear with Caesar. I do like Caesar for her defense abilities and her parry, and like being able to properly parry moves, almost like in Sekiro or something like that. But the combat's really fun. I find it to be really fluid in a sense, where there's not too much of a mess. I think I like the combat a lot more than Genshin, since I guess there's more power and it feels a bit more interactive, especially when you successfully dodge and you go into like bullet time mode, basically, where everything is slowed down sometimes, or you could counter attack with dodges or do character swap parries. I like the ability to be able to do that. It's almost like Honkai Impact 3rd in the combat sense. It's just like, yeah, it's basically like Honkai Impact 3rd, but a bit more newer and a bit more fresh. So it is good to see and try out. I did like Honkai Impact 3rd, especially the other different types of weapons. I remember there was one character in Honkai Impact that had like chakrams as weapons, which is just like those rings, which I found cool, but then I stopped playing before she came out, and then I was tempted to hop back into Honkai when she came out, but I don't think I was pulled in enough just to pull for her. I do know Sparkle from Star Rail is going into Honkai Impact 3rd, and she's going to be an agent you could collect there, which also made me want to play Honkai Impact 3rd again just to get her. The story for Honkai Impact 3rd seems good, and it ties in with a lot of the Genshin games and other Hoyoverse games. The thing with Genshin and all that stuff, a lot of the characters take designs from Honkai Impact 3rd. So a lot of the lore might be similar, but also might not. We'll have to see how the future holds. But that's another thing that's a little bit different with the Zenless. Whereas like Star Rail and Genshin takes a lot of their character designs and ideas from variations of Honkai Impact 3rds, of it being like a different multiverse or different universe or timeline of things. ZZZ is its own standalone story, which isn't really too connected to any of the other 3 games, which is cool to see, where there's not too much of an intersect between all of those. I do know there's like some Easter eggs in Star Rail, where you could see some items that can be found in Genshin or Honkai Impact. I think Honkai Impact 3rd. I don't know too much about the Honkai Impact 3rd reference, but there is a Genshin Impact reference with the glider. I think Zenless is its own universe. I think the dev said that Zenless is relatively disconnected from the other 3 games and is running its own story. Though I don't know if that's rumors or speculations. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. But from what I can see and from what I've heard from random videos or wiki and Reddit discussions, ZZ is its own universe and storyline with its own problems and stuff. Because I don't think it's too connected to the other games. It's mainly disconnected. I don't see too many references from the other games in Zenless, but that's just me not knowing too much about the other games, or being a total nut for all the Easter eggs. So I'm probably going to have to check that out and see a little bit later if it's all connected or not. But don't know. I honestly don't know, but I think they are. I think they are relatively separate and not connected in any way. So yeah, should be different. Let me see what Pippi-chan looks like from Osu. Okay, that's what she looks like. She has pink and black hair. Okay, she has a typical M-type hairstyle. Let me find a good reference of her. I guess this one. Okay, so let's drag this into the reference right here. There's probably better references I can reference, but I think that should do for Pippi. And then the hit circle could be used as reference. So I could draw a hit circle. Very horrible at drawing circles, so Might butcher that. I might butcher her face a little bit. Shiny reference. Very, very shiny. Let's see. I think right here. We'll go like that. Okay, yeah, that should be good. What expression do I want to give her? Let's see. Not disgusted, not sarcastic, not rage, not drunk. Let's just give her happy. And I don't know if I want to draw her face straight or draw it at an angle. I'll draw it straight. I haven't drawn a straight face in a while, so let's try doing that in a straight face. If I could properly draw a circle. Angled? No, I'll just draw fully straight. Fully straight, fully down. Shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully not too bad. Let's see. Oh, start the timer. Start the timer. There we go. Let's see, I feel like I could angle this a little bit more. Because the side of the face doesn't go straight down, but comes out at an angle. Which sometimes I don't portray properly, which is why sometimes my faces look a little too angular. And a little bit off. I also have to get the chin relatively straight and this relatively straight. Which I can't do sometimes. If I'm not careful at bouncing everything. Okay, I think right here can work. Yeah, right there can work. Let's see. I feel like one side is a little bit too long. It's a lot longer than the other side. Let me check if this is longer. Or my eyes are playing tricks. Nope, it is a little bit longer. My eyes are not playing tricks on me, it's just a little longer. So let's just cut like a tiny millimeter off of this. So it's not as long. Okay, I think that should work. Okay, and then Pippi Chan's gonna have hit circle for eyes. I'm gonna make this 1, I can make this 2. I can make this here, and I can make this like right here. And I could do nose. I could do mouth. Something like this. And then her hair is more so like an M, I think. Yeah, it's like an M shape for the hair. For the bangs, mainly. Okay. This is gonna be a little bit tricky to do. Let me do a full-on sketch of all of her hair in the beginning, so I know how to portray it a bit more when it comes to all of this. This comes down, the bang covers the side of the head, and this bang also comes down to cover the side of the head. And then this is like a big circle. Not like a big circle, but it meets up at the top. Let's see. What else is there? Okay, hold on. Okay, that's good for now. And then I need to draw her hair, which is like a mushroom hair, slightly. I'm not the best at doing this type of hairstyle, but I think something like this can work. And then something like this could work a little bit more. Comes down and out like this. Then you have a lot of hair coming inwards. And then the neck. Chin could be a little bit more cut into, so that it becomes a little bit more smaller on the face, and I could drag the eyes down a little bit more and bring the nose up just a tiny bit. And I think that should do good for a base sketch, as messy as that looks. I just gotta fix things up a little bit here and there and see how all that goes. Let's do a slight erase here. Okay. Now let's work on her hair first. I'll work on her eyes second. I need to work on her hair first so I could get a good grasp of how it should possibly look. Just do quick little gestures. This goes all the way down, yeah, okay. This goes all the way down to like here. And this comes like around here. I could give her like bedhead, I think. I do like drawing characters with like bedhead and a lot of frills coming out of their hair. Or like a lot of stray hair. I think that's very cute on some characters, just like the bed head and bed hair, especially on some drawings whenever there's a character like that. I do like drawing and seeing that a little bit, so I should draw a little bit more. So in that sense, I would like to try a little bit more in that way. This hair could come down a little bit more here, and then this would follow suit. Make it a bit more rounder. That's not exactly how I want it to look, but I think that's a decent start. I'll probably draw her twice. I'll probably try drawing her one more time, maybe at a different angle, and where I can simplify her a little bit more and get a decent understanding on how to draw her. This one's probably not going to come out as good as I want it to, but I'll just make this one as decent as I can for the time being, and then move on to drawing her a second time and seeing how that looks. I think that should be good. Next is the eyes. So this one's going to be something like this. This is going to be something like this. The hit circle is like that. So then this could be like right here. Let's see, this could be a little thinner, but no, I'm not going to make that a little thinner. I think this could work like right here, and this could work right here. Then next comes shading all of this. Almost. You'll see what I'm trying to do in a second. But yeah, with the hit circle eyes, it does look a little bit like scared or petrified. But it is what you get in this certain type of sense. Let's make this one a little bit closer, maybe like right here. And this one coming out right here. Actually, let's make the inner blue or green. Let's do blue. What the heck? Oh, I have two of these open. I was wondering why that was just covering that. Okay. So let's make this inner a little blue. Out of Control Z. And make this blue. And then make this outer line also blue. I think make it a little closer here like this. And this one could come out a little bit more like that. Could work. And then I could erase. And get a 1 here. And I could get a 2 right here like that. And I could draw the nose now. I think the nose could be something like this. And then I guess I could give her a disturbed face. Something like that, and then eyebrows is like this. I said I was gonna make her a happy face, but now I'm just drawing her the disturbed face with hit circles. Something like that, I guess. Could look funny. Let's see. Next, I could do a little bit more downwards. Flares out, and then flares back in. For a strand of hair here, and then keeps going in a little sense like this. In a tiny sense, I think like this. That's how her hair would look. This one would come down again. For this, I'll just draw this and then a little more, so like this. And then a little bit something like this. Please. Something like that, I guess. Not the perfect hair, but hair nonetheless. And you're about to delete her eyes if you click the circles properly, so I guess giving her the worried face makes sense, since she doesn't want her eyes deleted from existence. Let's see. Let's give her a little blush. Just for fun. And then I could do like maybe a little sweat marks here. Like that, to make it look like she's worried. And then maybe something like this. And a little bit more of something like right here. To make her look a little bit more nervous and sweaty about what you're about to do to her. I think that's too much of a sweat mark right there. I think I could just leave the face natural. I don't think I need to draw like a sweat mark over there. Why was I just draw like a tiny little circle here also, like tears in her eyes? I think that works. I think that works for like tiny tears in her eyes. Tiny tears in her eyes. And then do a little blush right here. I think that works. Yeah, I think that actually works pretty well. Oh, nope, that's not what I want. No, I think I could color this in now. I think this should be pretty solid. Or Pippi. Let me bring this up a little bit more. Bring this right here. Okay, and then let's select all of this out here. And then that should be all set. You could draw the back of the hair a bit more, but I think that's okay, fine. Draw the back of the hair just something like this. Something like this, I guess. Like maybe that-ish. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. Okay. That's Pippi for you. Okay. Let's see, now I need to worry about you, and you. You right here, you right here, and there. I think, yeah, this right here is pretty solid. Yeah, I think all of this is pretty good. Oh, what's up, Chow? Welcome back. How have you been doing? How's it been doing? It's been a while, yeah, it's been a while. Have you been keeping up with your drawings or working on your VTuber model recently? Or anything like that? How's the progress on that going for you? Not really? You gotta get working on that a little bit later. Been putting that off for other work or something, procrastinating a little bit. Taking a little time off of drawing Z model here and there. I think this works. Yeah, I think this works. Been grinding a lot of ZZZ, definitely going for Miyabi. Okay. She does look cool. I do love the little highlights she gets when she uses her skills, and how that, like, the hair glow, I don't think it is a signature weapon effect. I think that's like a skill effect now, so don't need to worry too much about not being able to do or use that. But a 130? Oh, oof. Do you have guaranteed or 50-50 on her Miyabi right now? What would your consensus on that be? Did you? No, you're on 50-50. Oh, that's gonna be a bit hard then to pull. I would say best of luck to you then. I'll just say this is Osu Pippi, so I know for reference. You do have 24 pity. Okay, that's pretty good then. So you're up there. You don't need to worry too much. But you'll have to see. Hopefully you don't hit 90 pity. Hopefully you don't hit 90 pity. When is Miyabi coming out again? She's coming out in like what, 6 days? Right after Lighter. So we'll have to see how that goes. This took 15 minutes. Really? This took 15 minutes? Next Monday? Oh, okay. I'll probably try playing and streaming that patch. I want to try doing the new bosses and trying out the weekly boss. I do love the designs of them. But yeah, I think this is good for Pippi right here, Sam. This looks pretty funny. I like that. Of how if you just click, her eyes could just disappear. This is actually pretty funny. I'll probably try drawing her one more time, and maybe a happy or a sad face. But yeah. Hopefully, she comes out. Hopefully she's not nerfed too much. Only able to A rank it. Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. You'll just have to slowly get there. Who are you running for your teams? I haven't done Shield defense yet, so I'm probably gonna have to see how that goes and what I can do for that. But yeah. Though I know you have Ellen or someone else for like an ice team, so I'm guessing you run like Ellen and Sokaku, and maybe Lucy or Nicole, and then someone else. Ellen, Anby, Sokaku, Jane, Seth, and Rina. Okay, yeah, that's the typical Jane. Yeah, the Jane team is just Jane, Seth, and Rina, which is really good. I'm lucky enough to have Caesar, so sometimes I just run Jane, Seth, and Caesar, and the other team I just run Grace, Anby, and Rina. It's a little bit of a cope team, though, since I don't think the electric team has that much coverage. I probably should have built Anton, but we're getting a free Harumasa next patch, so if I am really desperate for electro coverage, I could build Harumasa, or I could just swap in Piper or Bernice for Disorder, as long as the enemy's weakness isn't physical or fire. I mean, the resistance isn't physical or fire, I could do decent Disorder damage. But yeah, I should give that a try a little bit more later. Probably experiment more in Shield defense to see how things go. You could make Ellen and Miyabi work together. You could do like a quick swap team for them. What face do I want to give her? I could give her more of a sad look in the next drawing. Let me look for a sad reference before I start drawing the next face. But yeah, you could make her work with Ellen and Miyabi. You could probably run Sokaku as, you know, attack support and for ice res shred. So it could just be Ellen, Miyabi, and Sokaku. And you shouldn't need to worry too much about all of that. I could give her a fearful expression instead. Yeah, I'll give her a fearful expression instead for the next one. Okay, yeah, a fearful expression. But yeah, I think they work, especially since Miyabi is said to work on like crit, and she might be able to give teammates crits, but that was like during the leaks. But now that we have the actual information, I haven't really looked into that, so I'll probably have to see. You could possibly use a anomaly build on Sokaku. You could also just use her as a DPS. I think you have enough ice coverage for that. It just depends on how you want to run Sokaku. I run Sokaku as a main DPS, so I just have high crit rate and crit damage on her. So you could try Anomaly Mastery and Proficiency on Sokaku, or you could do like Anomaly Mastery and crit rate on her, but then her 4th slot be attack. Yeah, to trigger Disorder a bit more. Oh yeah, because there's the ice and frost triggers Disorder. I forgot that they work together like that, and they're not like exactly the same elements. So that is something you could run and see how that works. But yeah, I'll probably wait for like near the end patch of Miyabi before I make any pulls, because I'm sitting on a guarantee right now. So if the Idol Girls are next, I want to sit on that guarantee for the Idol Girls. But if the Idol Girls aren't next patch, then I might get Miyabi for that ice coverage, so I could, you know, get rid of Sokaku main DPS. I'm also tempted to just pull on Miyabi's banner just for Sokaku dupes or Mindscapes, so that I could have her be a more efficient DPS. But again, with the guarantee, I don't want to accidentally get Miyabi if the Idol Girls are coming out next patch. So yeah, I'll have to see about that and how I want to deal with all of that when it comes. Miyabi and Harmless, yeah, they'll be running together a whole patch, which is very interesting and very good to see, so that you don't need to worry and I guess try to scrump up and use as much polychrome as possible. I almost did Primo Gems again. But yeah, it's pretty good for that aspect. So hopefully we get more other stuff. And along with all of the new weeklies and events, we're probably going to be getting a lot of polychrome, which is going to be very good for saving for the idols. Or even if the idols don't show up next patch, I still might skip Miyabi just so I can guarantee the Idol Girls and at least one of their signature weapons. Again, I'm still hoping on like one of them being an A rank, so that I can possibly get their one of them to like M6, so I could use it as a banner for the back or the profile page. Basically, I think something like this can work, and then something like this. I think her mouth could go up a little bit more, like this, and then fearful is like this. But yeah, hopefully. But yeah, just gotta work a bit more on that and see how that goes. I did a few Yutani drawings earlier today also, so I'm just gonna keep drawing her until she comes out. Probably every day I'll draw like at least one head of Yutani. I do like this drunk one. It's almost like Sitlali drunk, and then this little cute open mouth one. It was very cute. Also, another very good one was like this little flirty pose I did for Utane, which I like a lot, with a little kissy face and stuff like that. So yeah, seeing and getting better at drawing Utane here and there is just a little fun. So yeah, I just want her to come out very soon, very soon, so that I could enjoy all of that. Hopefully she comes out soon. But I would not mind if they delay the Idol Girls again, because the more polychrome I have, the more I can save. I mean, the more time it takes, the more polychrome I can save. The more polychromes I can save, the more chances I have at getting their signature weapons, or maybe a Mindscape. It would be pretty cool to get like a Mindscape of a character here or there. I would want to pick up a Mindscape of one of the Idol Girls, even if they're S ranked. Hopefully the Mindscapes are good for the girls, hopefully. I wouldn't know what they would do too much, but yeah. Hopefully it comes out pretty well. Yeah, we'll have to see how things turn out. I think I made her face a little too chubby, but I think that's good to have a little chubby face. I don't think that's too bad of a thing to have. And then let's try drawing her hair real quickly. Let's see. It's more so something like this. I think I could erase the center line first, so I don't get that mixed up. But yeah, we'll have to see. And then I know Citlali and Malvika's coming up soon, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go and pull for at least Citlali. I don't want Malvika as much as I wanted her before because of the Pyro DP, but I do like her design. If I want Malvika, I'll probably pull for her during a rerun or something. How do I draw her hair? What the heck? Okay, I made this a little bit too long, but yeah. In 20 days, no, yeah, I think in 20 days. I think I have like almost 70 pulls saved up. If I, yeah, by the time they come out, I should have around 70 pulls saved up, though I'm going on 50-50, so it's gonna be a hit or miss if I have to roll pity. I'll probably stream the pulls in what would be afternoon for me, and it would probably be night for the EU and stuff like that. But we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, hopefully I can get her in a relatively decent amount of pulls without having to worry too much, but who knows. The gacha gods work in very mysterious ways on whether they bless people or not. Hoping for the quote-unquote streamer buff. If I stream the pulling, get the streamer buff of, we'll give you maybe double 5 stars just for fun. But if not, I'm still just hoping I could pull Citlali in a reasonable amount of pulls without wasting too much. I also, it depends on how good her signature weapon is. Might pull for that. But I think her signature weapon boosts elemental mastery, which isn't needed in a freeze composition. I don't think it's needed in a freeze composition, so I don't think I would need that. Every time. You gotta go in it in like a nonchalant way when you do the pulls, because that's what I did in Weathering Waves. I did a nonchalant, you know what, I'm just gonna do a random 10 pull in Weathering Waves. I don't care about the results, I'm just gonna do it for fun, and then I got the double pull. And I tried to take a screenshot using, I think my NVIDIA card or whatever. But it took a screenshot of my desktop instead of the pulls. So when I went to go check the screenshots, it was just my other monitor. And I'm like, well, shit. I wasn't able to capture the god tier luck of the double pull, and then right after I'm like, I'm just doing another nonchalant 10 pull, and then I won the 50-50 again after that. So I got 3 5-stars in a total of 20 pulls, just doing a nonchalant pull. So yeah, it's just the nonchalant of I don't care what happens, it happens, and then you just get the character you want somehow. So yeah, that's always just funny to see. We'll have to make this a little bit more, maybe like this. I'll have to focus a bit more on that, I think. But yeah, same with pulling. Yeah, pulling rituals. I don't think I have like a full pulling ritual yet. I used to, but not anymore. Yeah. I think I think I did a pulling ritual for Shalonen or someone on the standard banner. I think it was on the standard banner. I had enough pulls for the standard banner, so I did a pulling ritual of going up to, you know, the flying merchant area where Ningguang is. So I just went there and shot, I turned on all my bow characters like Yoimiya, Fischl, Yelan, and I think Faruzan, no, or someone else who's a bow user. And I fired all 4 of their arrows at max charge high up in the sky and made it like they're like shooting stars. And I ended it off with like Yoimiya for like the red and gold. And then did the 10 pull for the standard banner, and I got the 5-star. That pulling ritual actually worked. The incoming shooting stars actually worked, but I don't know how successful that will work a second time. But yeah, that was a fun little ritual for pulling all of that. So yeah, I'll have to see if I want to do another weird pulling ritual. Another one that I like doing, not for a ritual, but like seeing, is if you go to Mondstadt and fire a bunch of arrows towards like the bridge and you teleport to the waypoint outside the city by one of the trees, you could see the arrows fall down like shooting stars. So that could also be just a fun little ritual, just going there, shooting all the arrows, and then teleporting to the waypoint and watching all of the arrows fly like wishes, and then pray to the shooting stars of your own making that you get the 50-50, and then the gacha gods are like, nope, you're trying to rig everything. We can't allow that. And then they take away all of your pulls, and then you lose the 50-50 to Chi-Chi or Diluc or Dehaya. I wouldn't mind losing it to Dehaya. I don't have Dehaya, but I don't want to lose it to Dehaya. But now that I say that, I might lose the 50-50 to Dehaya. Or Dea. I don't know how to pronounce her name properly. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully I don't accidentally jinx myself and lose the 50-50 to her. Did you accidentally pull her one too many times? While you're trying to wish for stuff? I got her C3. Oh, ooh. That's a big oof. That's a big oof for getting her 3 times. Well, it's not that bad. She could work as a healer, as a sustainer, I guess, in a sense. She works as a pretty decent sustainer. I think. I don't know how good her heals are, in all honesty. Use her with Wanderer sometimes. Okay. That works for, I guess, Swirl. Shouldn't be too bad, but don't know. I don't use Wanderer too much. I know I have him, and I got him just for the flying capabilities, but I never actually fully leveled him up so that I could actually use him competently. Oh, the interruption resistance is good, especially so you don't get knocked down while you're flying around trying to snipe or hit everything. But now he got power crept by Chaska, actually. I don't know if Chaska power creeps him too much. But Chaska's now there to power creep him in the flying capabilities at the very least. So, there's that. This could come up a little bit more, I think like right here. But yeah. I have to see. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get Chaska, I don't think. Gonna have to save for Sitlali. I don't really use Anemo units too much. I'm more so into the other elemental reactions. I'm gonna just go Tau, and then probably gonna stick to Nilou for either freeze comp or electro. I could maybe run a vape comp with Nilou if I just do Nilou either Furina or Yelan or Candace with Sitlali and either Xiangling or Toma or someone else to do like a vape composition. But it's not going to be as effective in Abyss or anything like that. It'll just be a fun little thing to try. I don't like how this hair is. I feel like that's too thick. It should be thinner. I don't like how I draw hair sometimes. Really got to work on that a little bit more, so it looks a bit more cleaner. It's not a straight line. I'm doing a bunch of disjointed lines again by accident. Nilou, Furina, Yelan, and Kazuha once for Abyss. Yeah, I feel that should be a decent... Oh, yeah, that's a decent clear for a little bit. Except for you don't have heals for Furina. I don't think Kazuha heals. I don't have Kazuha, so I wouldn't really know too much. But I do know he does the Anemo Shred with like all of the Viridescent and stuff like that. I think that's what you build on him. Yeah, Kazu doesn't heal, so that is like a copium build. Cause then you'd have to swap between between Furina heal and Furina damage buff. So that's another thing about not running a healer with Furina. And then hopefully we get a better healer to run with Furina later on. That could do more team-wide healing. I know there's like Barbara, or I don't know if Kokomi. Kokomi might be a team-wide healer. But I'd want maybe a little bit more team-wide coverage here and there. I'll have to see how things go. Yeah, Xilonen should work relatively well. It's just, this face is a little bit too thick. I can make this a little bit thinner. Xilonen does only heal one team at a time, but I think that doesn't really stop her from being a pretty decent healer as long as you level up her burst properly and keep the rotation. Yeah, I think as long as you build her defense, she should be able to keep up relatively well with the heals. I think this could work like right here. Let's do green for the eye this time. And then this could go here like this. Okay, let's do green this time. So let's bring this here and do green. Maybe like light greenish. And then I could do, oh no, do dark green. Dark green is a lot better. But yeah, Xilonen heals should be good as long as you just build her DP. Especially with the Res Shred. Could work real well with all of that. But yeah, running Xilonen, Sitlali, Furina, and probably Nilou or some other character could be a pretty good team comp in and of itself, since all of the Res Shred and everything else. What are they doing outside my house? I just hear a lot of construction. I think they're just cutting down a lot of trees. I just hear a lot of weird noises in the background. I don't think it's picking up on the mic though. Hopefully, gratefully. It's not picking up too much on the mic. I think I can make this 1 and make the other one 2. And then this one could be 2 right here. Okay. And then this could be like a small little divot right here. And this one could be a little bit bigger, like around here. Like right here. Like right there, I think that works. And then you could draw her little eyes like right here for the eyelid, and then terrified expression is more so like this. Something like that, I think. And then something like this right here. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens in Genshin as future updates roll out. Let's see. I think this could be a little bit lower. Like right here. Okay. Yeah, that should be around good. That's pretty solid. I think I can make the lines of her eyes a little bit thicker so it looks a bit more cute. Will it make it look a little bit more cuter, or will it make it look more off? Let's see if it makes it look cute or if it looks more off. I think this is a very funny terrified face though, to say the very least. Yeah, I think this can work. I could do tears in her eyes. And then I could do like a shadow across her face as she's a bit more petrified of anything and everything that comes her way. Do I want to give her like small highlights in the eyes? Maybe I could give her small highlights in the eyes, like right here. I could do like a triangle right here for fun. I think this would be a pretty cool touch to it. Maybe. Yeah, I think that should be good. That looks a bit off, but I think that's good. And then her face is a bit more weird. I'll just see how things go, but yeah. Don't know what else I can talk about or yap about for now. Let's see. Food? Nah, I already talked about food the day before. I guess I could keep talking about food. That went a little array with the movement there. I don't know. What else I can eat for, I guess. Food for dinner. I do like making more foods and cooking. It's a pretty fun pastime. Though it takes a long time just to cook something sometimes. I know if I cook some things, sometimes I'm just in the kitchen for like an hour or so just cooking and taking a little more time than needed, and then it becomes a mess cleaning everything up sometimes. But it gets a little better if you just clean as you cook, so that you don't have like a shitload of dishes to clean once you finish, as long as you just keep cleaning as you keep cooking. That could be a bit more rounded, but I think that should be pretty decent. I can move this back up over here because I don't need the color too much. I can move that right there. Okay, this could come down a little bit. But yeah, just like right there. Okay. Yeah, right here. A bit more round. I think that could work. The hair looks a bit uneven, but I think I'll leave that as is. And then this could go here. Okay. No, that doesn't look round enough. I'm scratching up my tablet again, aren't I? I can feel little divots in my tablet as I'm drawing. So I am a little bit hurting it here and there. Probably should get a proper screen protector for it so I don't ruin the tablet more than it already is. But it will be what it will be for now. And then this could come down here like this. This could go even further down into like a tiny little strip here. Or something like this. I think that's good. And then I could do like a selection right here of all of that. Let's do a downwards like this, upwards here. And let's exclude all of this. Okay, I think if I just exclude all of that, I should be good. Go here, exclude, exclude, exclude. Yeah, that should be good. And then I could draw something like this. A little bit here for a terrified look, in a sense. And then another terrified look like right here. Like this-ish. I think this could work out like that a bit more. And like that. And then if I just do maybe 2 opacity, and bring this down like that. That could work out. And then maybe a bit more sweat and nervousness could be interpreted right here. And then over here. Something like that can work. I feel like I screwed up this portion a little bit. Somehow, I don't know why that's a little bit messy. But it appears to be a little bit more messy than I want it to be. Okay. I think that's pretty good for Pippi-chan from Osu. Getting her eyes with hit eyes. I can make this a little bit wider, and I can color this in now. Oh, I could color the whole hair in now. And that should be all set. That right there, and this right here. And this right here. Yeah, that should be good for Pippi. Let's make this a little bit lighter for the front. Then I could take away all of this here. So that it's no longer here. Or I can make this a little darker, actually. Yeah, make this a little bit darker to differentiate between the hair and the eyebrows just a tiny bit. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Alt, W, Alt, W, Alt. So I don't color this part in. And I think this should be good. That should be good. I think that looks fun. That looks funny. This is 28 minutes. This is like 30 minutes. Okay. That's pretty solid. I like that. I like that. That's 30 minutes. This one took twice as long because I'm not used to that angle. Okay. And then let's just bring this over here. Osu Pippi. Is that her name? Pippi? P-I-P-P-I? I think that is. Okay. That's Pippi from Osu. I think that looks pretty solid. Let me do something real quick. Get this a little zoomed here. I gotta make sure this is relatively decent. Do a quick stretch. I could use this as a thumbnail for the YouTube video. When I post it on the VOD. Post it as a VOD for safekeeping. I think that could be a relatively decent thumbnail. Let me swap out of this. Maybe something like this. Should be good. No, I should move on to drawing Chloe now. Let's try drawing a little bit of Chloe and seeing how that can go. Okay. I'll do one more drawing. I want to do a sad face. So let's just do a quick sad face. Oh, we're making good on time. It's only 10:30. So I'm not usually this quick on head drawings. It should usually be like 11 or so before I move on to the next face. But okay, I'll take it. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Have fun. Go enjoy. Go enjoy. Have fun. Thank you for stopping by. I will. Have fun with your day. Oh, there's the sad face. Okay, yeah. Thank you for stopping by, Chow. I'll see ya when I see ya. Adios. Let's see. Sad face could be like right here. Okay, yeah, sad face could be like right here. Just a teary face to the left. Okay. Let me look for another sad face in this reference. Let's see, that's angry face, that's Angie, there's sad, there's tears. This is tears, this is sad. Okay. A little downcast, down swollen. Let's make this a little bit larger, a little bit more thicker, so it could be fully red when viewed in other ways. Osu. Pippi. I guess I could draw, I guess, a Utane right here. Utane. ZZZ. Okay, that should be good. I can make this a little bit more thick, but no, I think that's pretty solid as is. Yeah, I think this is pretty solid as is. I don't need to make this a little bit more thick because the hair covers that up, so that's not really a problem. I'm gonna just make her eyes pop a little bit more. I think I went a little too light on the line here. I think that should be solid enough. And this one could be the last one. And this one could be the next one. Okay. Okay, that should be good. For Osu Pippi, Utane ZZZ, and then I could do Sakamoto Chloe next. Okay, that's good. Let's see. Sad face? Yeah, sad face. Sad face, probably just one more or two more heads. I don't want to do a gesture drawing. I'm too lazy to do a gesture drawing, man. That is a little bit too tedious for me. I should work on the mannequin though. Get better at drawing the mannequin, get better at drawing over the mannequin and seeing how everything else goes, but don't really want to do that today. Don't really want to do that any day, but sometimes you gotta do, which I don't want to do, but I will just keep running from that for now. Let's see, this is a little crooked on the line, isn't it? Yeah, the center line isn't straight down, it's a little curved by accident. Let's fix that real quickly. I think that's relatively straight, should be relatively straight. I hope that is relatively straight-ish. And relatively okay thing to see. Let me quickly change the timer. Let me quickly check something else out. Do this. Right here. I want to quickly check something out. Give me a second. Pulling up another reference for what I can draw. And then I can see all of that. Opt out of that. Save changes. Why is the thingy lagging? I don't think I have. Yeah, that's not on. So if it doesn't work, then... Oh, well, it doesn't work then. Can't check that. No, it's not. It doesn't want to work. Okay. Oh, now it wants to work. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Interesting. That works weirdly. I see. Okay. So Sakamata Chloe, sad face, could be something more so like this. I'll make her face a little bit more chubby. I think that could work right there. I'm gonna change the music again. Something a bit more upbeat and more vocals, maybe. Listen to what I was listening to again earlier. I'll have to see about that. I think this could come up here. Sad face could just be like a tiny little frown like that. The ear could come up here. But then you could see her ear because her hair wraps behind the ear a little bit. But you could also just not draw her ear by covering it with her bangs. Still have that habit of hiding things. I don't like to draw behind either the ear, hiding things I don't like behind hair, clothing, or just behind the back. Sometimes just very baggy clothings can be used to hide like hands or misaligned arm proportions. Sometimes whenever I'm not feeling like drawing some of those areas. Let's see. Okay, I can make the hair fall to the side. Okay, that'll be a little interesting to try out. Let's make this a bit more like this then. More like that. And then this comes downwards like here-ish. Yeah, this comes down here-ish, I would say. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Then this could be a little bit like this. Okay. Let's see, what else can I do? Very big eyes, like large eyes. It's like puppy dog eyes almost. In the reference I'm looking at, not really Chloe, but the reference off screen is a little bit more puppy dog eyes. Just giving her a small sad face, I think, would do. And then let's work a little bit on the thickness of the eyelid, just to make this pop just a tiny bit more. Just a tee bit. Just a wee bit more. Make it pop. I think like this could work out a lot better than anything else for now. I'll have to update a few things here and there. Damn, the construction's going loud. Boop, 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 boop. Doop, doop, doop. Dun, 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 dun. Well, I guess sometimes being quiet isn't too bad, leaving some dead air, but also just to rest the throat, since some of the streams I've just been yapping for a few hours without stopping, besides little water breaks here and there. So I guess that puts a rest on the throat, so I'm not overusing it in a sense. But I don't know. Let's do little eyelashes right here. Other games? There's also like Metroidvania games I guess I could try out. Do you want to try Jump King? Jump King looks like a fun game, but it looks hard as hell to try. I should probably just try out the Jump King in the Hollow Cure and see how well I can do that before I try Jump King, because Hollow Cure's Jump King is a lot easier to do and manage, since you get to walk a little bit and you could see the bar of when you are jumping, so it's not really hidden and it's out in the open, so you don't need to worry if you're pressing too long or too short. You could just find the average level instead of calculating time or going by feeling, so you have a visual representation of how high you are going to jump. So I guess that's a little bit good when it comes to that, but I'll have to see if I do want to try out. If I do want to try that out, I could do teary eyes, so that means I'd have to draw a little bit of a tear in the eye, which is going to be a little difficult now that I decided to do it this way, but I think I can make it work. I think I could draw a little bulge on one side of the eye for like tears, like right here. Like a little bulge here, and then I could erase this right here. Then do the same thing here and draw a little bulge. And then erase this right here for that little tear. Then I think that could work. I can make this a little darker at the bottom or the top. I can make it darker on the bottom just to give a little more shading to everything, like right here can work. And then this could go like right here. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's a little bit different and everything can work. What else can I do? Draw the little triangles in the eyes and yeah, move on a little bit more. That's barely visible. If you do it like that, it's barely visible, but should still be good as long as I just properly erase it. Like here. Apex? No, I don't want to play Apex. It's been too long since I've played Apex Legends that I would want to give it a shot anytime soon. Especially with the new agents. I don't know if there's a new map in Apex. I'll probably have to... I probably won't check it out, but... Apex was a bit fun back in the day, but I always sucked at aim tracking and everything else. Especially when enemies would just run around with a shotgun in hand, jump around and gun you down with just a movement tech and movement diff, I would say. It's a little bit harder for all of that, especially to get it down sometimes. So I don't know if I would want to play Apex again. It is a fun game, but it's a little bit harder to start out again. Maybe someday in the future. But along with everything I think about, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. If anything, I just want to play some solo games, some Elden Ring, some No, I don't have Dark Souls. I do maybe want to play Dark Souls one day and see all the hype around that and how BS a lot of the bosses are. I've heard the bosses can be pretty challenging in Dark Souls. So I do want to see how difficult they can be and how hard I'll get rolled in Dark Souls and other stuff like that. I think I'll do fine I think I'll be fine in like Elden Ring. I've already played a lot of it. Though some bosses will give me a run for my money if I don't come prepared. But I'll have to cross that bridge when I cross it. This one is going this way. Yeah, this is going this way. So this one comes down and goes all the way down past the cheek a little bit. And then you have little hair here. Like that. And then you have more hair coming down here. Because it's on her left side. Yeah, it's on her left side, so it's gonna come down past her cheek a little bit. I'm gonna make this hide her ear, because I don't want to draw her ear. I don't really like drawing ears of a lot of characters, so I'll use this to hide her ear, and then I'll draw her braids. Her braids aren't really too hard to draw, but they do get a little tedious when trying to come up with how they should look. I usually fumble the bag on this. Usually don't get the proper form down, but what can I do? Not too much about it. Just make this nice quick strokes, not worrying too much about perfection, and just trying to get things down to a T, and let's just make it work. I would say, I'd like to say, make it work in whatever way possible. Okay, next is other side of her hair, which is going to be the big line here with the little black spot there, along with the catch up here, bringing it down, and then this comes down here, and this will come way down, I think, like right here. Yeah, I think like right here should do for her. Probably could have drawn her chin a little bit, but oh well. Her chin would be more so like this, and then right here could be where her chin comes up to, where her chin would come up to, and then a little sad poet right there. Next thing I would need to worry about is her little thingy hair, her little hair, which is this right here. It's like a bandana almost, a banana, but not really, but it is shaped like a banana almost. So I guess you could assume it could be drawn like a banana shape. It's not too bad when it comes down to all of it, but I think that should be pretty set. The face could come up a little bit more here. I could draw something like that to make the chin a little more realistic. The hair down here, and then this one could come right here. I don't know why I'm looking up, trying to look for a solid reference when the reference is on my screen. And I can see it there. Okay, that should be pretty solid. I feel like this is a little bit too bumpy. And then I can erase this into a spike. Yeah, I think right here. And then her hair mainly comes down like this. And then I could draw this going back. I don't know if Sakamata has sleepy hair or frizzy hair in one of her outfits, but I could draw that right here, right now, because I do like adding that little tiny bit of frizziness in the hair and making it stick up just a tiny bit or a little bit more flare. And I guess to make it look a bit more distressed, let's make one like right here, two on the side bang. Let's see. Okay, that's good. And I guess one more could come down like down here for this side bang, so it looks a bit more even. And I guess that could do for Chloe. Face looks a little bit angular. I could maybe cut the face like right here, and then like right here, and then get rid of this right here. It looks a little bit weird and off in the beginning, but I think if I do little adjustments, it could pass off as relatively clean. Let's do blush marks. And then like a little crying tears down the face. And then a little puddle of everything. And then like dripping down here ish. We'll come to the corner of the eye, so I could just make this eye a little bit more teary-eyed. I don't know how to do the tears properly, but I think something like this can work. And that could be it for her neck. Go like right here instead of over here. I think that should be pretty much set for Chloe. Yeah, I think that's pretty much set for her, and I can just draw closing lines on all of her hair, and then now I can just color everything in, basically. I do have room for one more head. How am I doing on time? This one took 18 minutes, okay. Getting a little bit faster on heads that I actually understand a little bit more. Not too fast, but a little bit faster. I think that's everything I need. So let's just make this a little bit more bigger, and I didn't get that. Oops. And then her hair is lighter, so let's go 3, lower opacity, and then reselect everything. Oh, didn't mean to select the whole canvas. That is my bad. Oh, I missed a few spots. Tisk. My bad. Okay. And now, oh, I missed way a lot of spots. Okay. U. Actually, no, Alt U do not get colored in. Everywhere else does. Yeah, okay. This whole area needs to be highlighted. So annoying sometimes when one spot just doesn't get fully colored. Okay, I think U could work. Then it's U, and then U. I think that's a little bit uneven, but should be alright. I can just W up. W like right here. W right here. W right here. And W right here. I don't know why I'm saying W, but that's not a W. That's more so lasso tooling. Then I could just darken this a little bit for shading purposes, and that should be good. For Chloe. Okay, and then I could do a little bit of blush on her cheek. Little poof. Nah, I think that's good. For Chloe. Okay, that's pretty set. Pretty set with that one. Okay. This one took 21 minutes. Okay, that's good. Let's see how all of this look. Yep. This looks pretty good. I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I've been getting a lot better with all of this. So I think that's pretty much set for today. I'd like to say thank you for those who stopped by and came to chat, be it Sam, Chow, Minevi, and anyone else who decided to stop by and peek their head in to just see what the heck I'm doing and anything else. But yeah, this will be it for me. I'll be doing this again tomorrow morning. Might do a stream later tonight, don't know. That'll be depending on if I could set things up properly. But yeah, that'll be all. Thank you for coming. Goodbye, adios, see you, sayonara, arrivederci. I'll see you when I see you. Have a nice rest of your day, night, morning, or afternoon. I'll be peacing out now. Adios.